Hello, my friends. How are you doing? We do have a live guest today. This is why I'm wearing headphones. I hope you can hear me. By the way, I have also a guest talk screen where we're both on the screen, so it's pretty good. His username is Purz. He has a very good YouTube channel. He's very good with video AI animation, so it's going to show us today stuff he's working on. That's going to be really interesting. We maybe also play around with 3D graphics in Krita with a little bit like a hiccup, like taking a screenshot of the 3D graphic and then importing and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see how all of that works out. And I just remembered that we have a screen where we are side by side. Let me switch to that. There we go. And there is our special guest. Say hello. I hope it works.
Hey, hi. It's B. I'm Purz. How's everybody doing?
Let me know if his sound is loud enough. You can also follow him on Twitter. I should actually share that in the... 1 second. I should share that in my chat. Let me find that real quick. There we go. Easy. Okay, 1 second. There we go. Okay. No, that was the wrong one. Already failed. 1 second. As always, it's very... My streams are always very crazy. You can't hear him? Sound not loud enough. Okay, 1 second. Try again.
Words. I am talking. Hopefully. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, I think now we should be at the same level from what I see here. Okay, good. It looks a little bit like we are hovering in the air. By the way, I have to get your video again because I can't see you right now. Because for some reason there was a kind of a problem with the
We'll get it all figured out.
There we go. Okay, yes, as always. Like even after, I don't know how many streams have I done. I think like 160 or something. Not about AI, like on my channel over all the topics that I have done. It's like, and it's not getting better. I think at some point I should have like an intern or something who actually knows how to set the things up beforehand and pushes some buttons or something. Okay, now I can see you also. All right. Should we start with some maybe greeting or talking, or I don't know. Let's see who is here in the chat. We can say hello to some people. Also, let me know in the chat where you are from. That would also be nice. So let's go through the names real quick. Hi, Resilo. I'm so bad with the reading all the time. Hi, Human Plug, Shapeshifter, Cyber Wizard. How you doing? Hugh White Memes, I guess. Yeah. Marlon, hi. Yellow Soul, hi. Info Sniper, how you doing? Ellen, how you doing? Ogre. Okay, Frank and Fluff and Maggie Mister Shapeshift, I think. I'm not sure if I already said that. I'm so bad with the name reading. 1990 is from Russia. Yellow Soul is also here. Blaza is here. Melting Province. That's an interesting username. Okay. And I think Titan Opalistic. Okay. Richard, hi, from Netherlands. Titan is from Germany. Darley is from London. Nice. Christopher. Lab 51. And yeah. Okay, cool. Asaf is also here. Awesome. Perfect. So you're doing, let's do a little bit interview chat or something like that. So you're mainly experimenting with video AI in ComfyUI basically, right? Most of the time.
Yeah, it's just it's a way to integrate into workflow from like Blender and motion graphics and stuff. So yeah, it's a very I started with I'd start with Deforum, but Deforum was one of my first AI video experience.
What happened? I still can see.
I think I hear you.
I can hear you again, okay. But I can't see you anymore. There we go. You're back. Yeah. I think there's a little bit of connection problems, maybe.
Funky.
Right. Also, I have to push you a little bit to the middle. There we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, my camera keeps moving on itself. It's very annoying.
Do you have one of these AI? Is your sound is cutting out once in a while?
My sound is cutting out?
Yes, and the video is also
better?
like, yeah. I don't know why. Is it maybe someone in your household downloading something?
No? I'm not doing anything. No, I think might be unfortunately it might be not my end.
Okay. And maybe it's also not the best time. It's 9 p.m. here right now. Probably a lot of people watching Netflix on Sunday night. So, right. Okay. Yeah. I let's hope that stream works good. Crazy audio lag. I freeze too. I freeze.
Yeah,
really?
I think your internet might be having a minute. Unfortunately.
My internet
sounds like. Yeah, because I've been watching my monitor feed on video, and it's like it's been solid the whole time. So
let me check.
Unfortunately, it might just be.
It looks good though. Upload.
Hopefully, it'll be transient and go away.
Upload is at 30 megabits. Download is 300 megabits. Upload is 33 megabits. I think the upload is very slow for some reason.
Still should be fine.
It should be good enough though. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let's try to get through the stream with some hiccups. I hope it's getting better. It's not my end. Okay. You're not only frozen, you vanished. I vanished too? No. No, that can't be. Okay, anyways. Yes. Maybe we show some of the videos you're doing, so people have an idea before we talk about what you're working on. It's probably good to give them some kind of concept of what you're doing.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I will switch over
through my Twitter on your feed. That'd probably be the best way, because if we feed it through mine, it'll be all choppy.
We can do that. Yes, that's a good idea. 1 second. That's a good idea. Let me find that real quick. There we go. Let me close this. Okay, and now let's see if I have the right scene. Yes, that looks like my screen. That's a good start. Even though I can I make it big?
Oh. Yeah, those are GIFs, so some of them no, but no. That's a GIF.
I can zoom into the screen a little bit.
Perfect loop. That's sometimes
there we go. So, and yeah, you can explain a little bit how you did that, for example.
Sure. This is Animate Diff, and I trained a custom motion LoRa on dancer's movement, and then use that to sort of imply that motion into some images I generated with SD of just like bodies. Yeah, so it's sort of like a lot of this work that I do is based on like remixing and reworking stuff we've done in the past, because I know we all have folders and folders and folders of images we've generated, right? So it's nice to be able to reuse that stuff. So yeah, this is a sort of an exercise in sampling, recycling, looping my own material.
Interesting. And the input image, does it have that many people in it, or just one person? What does it look like, the input image?
The input image is like a pile of dancers, like bodies, all lying down on a stage. So yeah, it's quite a lot like the input. It's quite a lot like the input footage, but then it brings it to life because it's inside the motion model. So you're remixing, like temporal recordings of motions. So it's pretty cool. Like more than one LoRa mixed together. So it's fun.
Yeah, you told me yesterday, like you have a LoRa where someone is like raising an arm, and then the other one where they are like turning or something.
Yeah, and then if you put them together, they raise their arm and turn.
Right. Interesting. Do you have the input image posted? I guess not, right?
No.
Not here, right? That would be interesting to see the comparison between this and the input image. Is it very close, or because you say they are lying on a stage? For me, that's like like a perspective from top down or something. Yeah, I see.
It's done something completely different with it. Yeah.
Right.
but
Okay.
it's the same sort of style and color and subject. So
Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Do we have some pictures? This is another one with the atomic mushroom here, I guess. Can I zoom in even
that's another
more?
Yeah, if you hit the little open thing on the bottom right there, it'll go full screen.
Yeah, but if it goes full screen, it's like centered on my wide screen, so that's not
Oh, I
gonna
see what you mean. Yeah.
not so good.
So yeah, that's a similar one. That's a motion LoRa I trained on a Blender animation of a bunch of spheres spinning around in like a whirlpool. So
Do
like,
you have to train the motion LoRa every time you want to do something new?
no, I'm just obsessed with training motion LoRa's right now. So it's just this is what I do for this is what I do for kicks.
I see. And the reason why this looks so good, you couldn't just do that with a text prompt and the motion setting. You have to have the motion LoRa that you trained on that to get this interesting like motion in the video, right?
The specific motion that's happening in this video will only happen with that motion LoRa that I trained, or something else that someone else trained that's similar. But yes, that's correct. Like you can't get this exact animation out of a vanilla thing without using the motion LoRa. So yeah, it's just a way of getting in there and having more control
Interesting.
in the chaos.
And do you think it would be possible to have like let's say a multi-motion LoRa that is trained on a ton of different kind of motions and could like a model understand what is happening in the scene and then apply to the scene, or does it have to be each motion is one LoRa?
Yeah, each motion is one LoRa in the sense that we've only got 16 frames.
Right.
Because it's the context window of animate diff. So you're training on 16 frame chunks of like 16 frame animations. So like you couldn't get that much information into 16 frames. So what you can do though is not a shot list per se, but you can weight them in. So you can say I want to stack these 4 motion LoRa's, and I want this one at 10%, this one at 20%, these two at 40% or whatever, and just sort of get it. And then over the course of the time, it'll do all the things in the motion LoRa's in sort of different permutations. So if you did a long enough animation, you'd probably get what you wanted out of it over time. But it would be really hard to say, like, I want this shot to zoom in for 10 seconds and then pan left and do stuff like that. Not yet. That's not what this is for. This is for like just taking motions and trying to mix them together and make new things with them.
I see. But could you, for example, train one LoRa that does at the same time understand what burning fire is and what rain is or what moving clouds are? Or do you have to have 3 different LoRa's for that? Like, could you have multiple things trained in one LoRa? Like you can train, like if you train one LoRa on 100 images, if it's a picture LoRa, you know what I mean?
You can train motion LoRa's on multiple videos, but the thing you are training is the motion that it sees in the clip. So
the
fact that it's rain or the fact that it's lava or the fact that it's ash doesn't matter to the motion model. What matters is that the motion that you're trying to capture is similar in the multi clips you do, or else you'll just train goo. So you want to train like, if you want to do like a dolly zoom, dolly pull or something, you'd have to get 3 clips that have very similar compositions and use that as a multi clip train to get that dolly motion. But if you put a dolly motion and a rotate in there, it's going to do both all the time. You can combine them absolutely, but it will just always do both because you're mashing it into one motion LoRa.
I see.
It's almost
Interesting.
better to compartmentalize them into different types of shots and then combine them later as you work with them.
I see. Okay. Someone asked if you shared the LoRa and the workflow.
Yeah, it's on the GitHub. I'll pop the link in.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, yes. Where? Oh, no, you can't put it in the chat here because it doesn't allow links. But you can send it to my Discord and then I can put it as a link into the chat.
Sure. So yeah, there's a link. There's a workflow at the very top of that for training the motion LoRa's. There's also one on my Discord if you want to join there.
Okay, but you don't share the specific LoRa's that you have trained.
No, I'm gonna put the LoRAs together in a pack, but for
Hmm.
now I'm too busy playing with them.
Right, right,
Uh,
right.
and
Yeah.
also, they're all very, very specific. Like, I'm not actually really good at training them yet.
Mm.
Like multi-purpose ones, they do exactly what I want them to do, but I don't
Hmm.
think they're
Hmm.
useful for the community particularly yet. When I train one that's
Right,
like useful, I'll definitely drop it for everybody because they're fun to play with. But all mine are doing like very specific things.
right, right, right. You should probably you could early release them on a Patreon, like when people want to play them with them right now, which also would give
Yeah.
you funding for your research, basically. And then people have access, and when it's ready to be it's stable enough for the public, you can put it on GitHub as open source or something like that. But also people have enough learning experience from all the stuff you put out on Twitter as an inspiration, things like that, right? So I find this kind of combination. Like recently, someone told me, "Hey, you should do more on Patreon," and I think it's a good idea because if you do it full time, it's basically your job to do AI. You have to have the funding somewhere, right? Like if people do it as fun for their hobby, they have a job and then they come home and play with AI. But if you do it all day, every day, the money has to come from somewhere. And you still put out so much free stuff at the same time, which is okay as a compromise, basically, right?
Yeah, my
Okay,
approach has always been the information is free, but charge for convenience. So
right,
makes sense,
yes.
to do the motion LoRAs and the packs and stuff. But yeah, I never thought about it, and it's a good idea to add to the Patreon as a support thing. Yeah, cool.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. And I feel like for people, it's not even that much. Like if you pay $3 or something per month or $5, it's that's not even a burger, and you get so much extra content out of that.
Yeah.
So here we have another one that is can you see my? Oh, you can see my screen, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, this is this is more erratic from the movement. Is that planned or is it just
Yeah, that's the IP adapter attention masking RGB animated mask workflow where you make an animated mask. It has 3 different contexts, and then you're morphing between those 3 contexts based on what the mask looks like. So,
what do you mean by context?
so imagine you have 3 IP adapters. So you have 3 images, 3 image prompts, and it's basically putting those 3 image prompts in the red area, the green area, and the
okay,
the
yes.
animated mask. And as the mask moves through the animation, it puts the one image where the red stuff is, one image where the green stuff is, one image where the blue stuff is. So you can sort of slide between. It's called I called it context smashing, but the idea is you can just kind of morph between different contexts with IP adapters.
Right. I have, by the way, a video on my channel about that, where you have these kind of multiple areas for IP adapter inside of ComfyUI. If someone wants to check that out, I don't know right now what the video name is though. And did you create the characters with the IP adapter because the style looks very similar in all 3 area, or everywhere in the image, or what did you use it for in this specific case?
No, those were just input images I got off the internet somewhere.
No, yeah, but the 3 different IP adapters, are they for the 2 characters and the background, or why do you use? No?
No, so one's red, one's green, and one's blue, and then the animation is a mask where it's a red, green, and blue shader, and it is going through an animation that lasts 140 frames. So I use that mask as the attention mask over time in IP adapters, make a 140 frame animation so that mask moves the attention masks of IP adapters around over the course of the animation. So the red stuff happens, the stuff where the IP adapter is connected to the red channel happens where the red stuff in the mask is, then the blue stuff, then the green stuff, respectively, as it moves through. So you're able to take the image prompts and just move them around. So yeah, it's hard to describe, I guess, without seeing the input image. But yeah, it's basically, imagine an animation that's just red, green, and blue, and it's doing something. In this case, it's morphing out from the center.
So in that case, what you're describing, the IP adapters do not have an image input. They just have red, green, and blue.
No, that's the mask. The image input is the 3 images I got off of like Reddit, synthetic.
Yeah. Yes, but my question was, what is in the images? What's the images about? Like, is it the characters we see, or what's in the images?
Yeah, they're just scenes from they're like anime scenes from things. Yeah. One's one's a garden, and one's I think a woman standing on a cloud,
right,
mountain or something. You can kind of see them as it moves through the animation.
Right. Okay.
Images are, but it doesn't actually compose the images in the way that they were originally made, which is really fun for remixing stuff you've
absolutely
generated, because like a lot of the time I just use stuff I've generated as 3 contexts and morph between them and see what they do.
So is it a happy accident that the skull is on the face of the woman, or was that planned like that? Okay.
It's because like one of them was a skull and one of them was a person, so it just now it just
meshed them together, right? Interesting. Yeah. So, by the way, what you said about, before is with the animation of the masks, you can either use like you can do it by hand. You can also use a video program to move around shapes, and then you export that as a video and you import it, and it's basically the same as video to video. You just have a video input. It's split up into the images, and this is what creates the animation of the mask, where every of these images has a different position of the mask, basically, and that is the mask animation, where it renders through a batch with these individual masks. So this is how you create this kind of morphing mask by animating it in any kind of video software thing like that. Yeah,
exactly it. Yeah,
right.
Make them in Blender, but you can make them in After Effects or whatever you like.
Right. In Blender. Okay, you're probably better in Blender than right most people, right? So I wouldn't have thought about doing it in Blender. I would have done it in any kind of video software or something like that. Is it easier in Blender for you, or?
Oh, it is, because I'm a shader dork. I've been making shaders for years. I love making animated shaders. So yeah, making animated masks is a no-brainer for me, because like I've been doing it anyway.
Right. By the way, I yesterday I saw that your YouTube channel is called Purz Beats. Or no, the Twitter is called Purz Beats. Did you do Blender videos and music videos, or why is that? Why Beats?
I started, I'm a drummer and a band leader. I've been a drummer for like 30 years now. But
right.
When the pandemic hit, all the music basically stopped for live music. So
right.
I got more busy doing visuals. I always did VJing and like making the visuals for our band stuff. But then, when the pandemic hit, I went hard on Blender, and
interesting.
Just been
okay.
No breaks since.
Right. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the different iterations that each channel goes through. I did different stuff in the past too. Let's see. So that is the same video. You shared that a ton of times, huh? Let's see. There's another. Oh, there's a logo animation with the
Blender logo with
stable video
3D. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. By the way, I saw someone today posting one image with this rotation on Twitter. He said for a face, it's better to have a side view, not a front view. Yeah, which is interesting.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because then you have the back side, and it can figure out, because the face is basically symmetrical for most people, kind of. It gives it basically more information. This is also nice with the flat bottle there.
Sauce bottle, yeah.
Right, yeah. I wanted to write some comment about shrinkflation, but I didn't know how to phrase that.
Someone did that on one of the other ones. Someone else says shrinkflation.
There you go. Okay.
You notice how he gave Heisenberg hair too.
Nice. Yeah.
Back, he's got like...
Right. It just like faked the hair in there. It's interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see if this one is very creepy. The backside is so strange.
Got a big mullet.
Right. I'm kind of like, with this technique, I'm kind of surprised that it can't figure out the backside in a better way. Like with more details in the texture. Why can't it like render a better picture when it knows this should be hair, this should be clothing?
It's possible that we just don't know the right settings for SV3D yet, because like the settings I
Ah.
was using were just the ones that the person put in the default workflow. I forget who built the workflow. Kajai, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like he was like, I don't even know if these are the right settings. Like there was a note in the workflow, so
Right, right,
I'm gonna wait on that.
right. So let's see. Where do we? Ah, there's another one of your videos. That's crazy. That is crazy with the motion. Do you see it yet, or? I think there's some internet problem again.
Oh no!
Oh, you're gone again from my... There you are. You're back again.
Oh no!
Can you hear me or not?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. Why does it create so many people in all of your videos? Is that like...
They're in the input images.
Oh, there's a lot of people in the input images.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
So
Okay.
when the one person emerges from the center, that's an image of one person.
Hmm.
And then all the people in white, that's an image of a whole ballet troupe. And
Ah.
there's like a beat, and then the third image is like a beach scene, and it's kind of just morphing between the three contexts.
Ah, interesting.
So like all the whole dance troupe comes out of the middle, and then it's then because of animate diff, we get a perfect loop every time. So it's great.
Right, right, right. Wow, that looks crazy. Huh. I feel like this kind of stuff, even though it's like not 100% intentional, is so crazy and different that it can be like an interesting inspiration for artists in, because we haven't seen stuff like that visually. It's also interesting that even though we have never seen that visually, we are not shocked by that, right? It's not like, oh, I don't know what I'm seeing.
No, it's shocking at first. I like my wife hates this stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't love it because it's like it sets off all of her uncanny valley bells, right? It's like she just doesn't like it, and like I mean I love it. I think it's the weird, like more weird the better.
No, your video is gone. Ah, there you are. You're back again. You're a little bit smaller right now. I think you're leaned back, but you can stay leaned back. I will just make you a little bit bigger on the screen.
I think it's
there we go.
Just AI like, camera thing. It just keeps changing the shot.
Get cozy. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Can people hear you? AI kaleidoscope. Nobody's complaining that they can't hear you, so it should be good. Oh, where's my mouse? Oh shit. Oh. Did something? Uh-oh.
You missing mouse?
Yeah, my mouse is stuck on the second laptop. Like I use mouse without borders, and now it's not.
The connection probably fell apart. Oh, maybe it's your Wi-Fi.
My Wi-Fi, but the computers are connected directly. So
that's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
If I press the button to switch my mouse, everything switches over to the other computer, so I can't do that. Wait, let me maybe open up mouse without borders. Maybe it just crashed. Ah, okay, it just crashed apparently. Okay, it's working again. I have my mouse back. Nice. Good. Woo! All right. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, we talked yesterday. It's kind of strange that like you're not getting approached more by artists and such, right? Or like famous musicians or stuff like that, so you can create stuff for them.
I think that'll all come when they see it. It's all good, you know. We're I think a lot of people are also there's a lot of backlash with AI right now.
Right.
That stuff, and they just maybe don't want to be involved in that narrative because like it's just until there's a ruling on it.
Right.
I understand why it's mainly used for live stuff and not like stuff that they're going to end up copywriting because of the whole gray area.
But the copyright thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Interesting.
It's hard to buy something from someone and then not be able to copyright it, right?
Right. I kind of like it's strange that is that ruling apparently that ruling is not very clear on what it actually is, because from my understanding the ruling is about stuff that is purely generated by AI. But if you do own stuff and work over it and stuff, like they could just like work on it in the post, and then it should be protected, right? Because it's a changed work. It's not the original AI material. If you draw over or do some other effects or stuff, so it changes it enough, it should again become your work that you can copyright, right?
Yeah.
That's very strange. But I understand that they are like concerned. I also like, I hear that so often, like, oh, there's like this backlash. From whom? I don't know. Who is backlashing? I don't understand. Like, there's some people, like, a very, very small minority of people are upset. Most of the time, if you click on their accounts, they can draw for shit. They're really bad at it. So there's no reason for them to be upset in the first place. And then, like, who listens to them? Who cares about that, right? I mean, people are not upset about self-driving cars or drones or stuff like that, but they're upset about image AI, even though they don't. First of all, they are not painters themselves, and secondly, they didn't make money with their art anyways beforehand. At least as fine artists. So who cares about the backlash? What kind of backlash? I don't understand that, right?
Yeah, no, I just meant more of potential legal backlash with whatever the ruling kind of lands on, because like that big fight has not happened yet, right?
Right.
The one that's going to basically, lay down the legislature for everyone else. So
right.
Just until that moment, nobody wants to deal with the that side of it. And then, I think once there's a ruling and once we all have, very concise and clear rules on what data is and means, then we can all move forward in whatever direction we all move in. But
yes, yeah, I know what I mean.
It's just right now, and right.
Interesting. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Now, I also hear from other people like the backlash from the community, right? I mean, like, who cares about some people being upset about something that happens in the world? Everybody's upset all the time, so I wouldn't care too much. But some people are sensitive. It's like if you want to do art projects, stuff like that. Oh no, we couldn't, because like there could be some people coming to the opening of the exhibition and be upset about that. Isn't that the purpose of art, that people get upset? Like, wasn't that the thing of modern art, that people come into the exhibition and they like spit against the painting and hit with sticks on the painting? Wasn't that like the purpose? And now everything is like always so cozy, and we drink white wine, and I rather have the gallery being stormed by idiots than have a white wine meeting with some rich jerks who want to buy some art, So I would invite the backlash of the community. Is the sound still there? Can you hear me? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I don't know, man. Like I get it, right? Like, everyone's scared of what AI is gonna do to replace them. So like I
right.
from both sides. I don't actually have any ill will against anyone who's mad at AI, because like especially the way that it's portrayed, like a lot of people just haven't played with it either. They don't really understand how much of yourself you can put into it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, when you start to take on a more like AI is augmenting my workflow instead of replacing my workflow approach to life, I think things get a lot clearer.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, people think when they hear AI, they think, oh, I just I type words into a website and then the videos appear, but it's not even close to reality, because this is a compilation of years and years of AI video research, right? And the only reason I can crank them out fast is because I know how now.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
We're just here to distill.
And still, there's like not that much control over it, right? There's this like, it's kind of funny also, like even inside of the AI community, people like, oh, AGI, it's going to be here in like 5 years or something like that. You cannot create a single AI output right now that is 100% what you think it should be. So where is the AGI coming from? Nothing works. It looks nice, but you have zero control over it. Like the thing we do with control and stuff like that, it's a nice start. It's not really control. It doesn't really give you the results you want to have. It's like it's good for hobby. It's good for having fun with it. But professionally working with it, especially on its own, automated, independent. No, that just doesn't work yet, right? And it might never work. I feel like the chances of it never working and it only becoming a tool is higher than the chances it ever being good, especially in a short time. Because we have had the same thing. If you think about computers, what people imagined computer going to do in the future, and what they thought also in the past was, the only thing we need is more time and more data. And then if we train the computers and we have better hardware, computers can do everything because you can just calculate everything. And then we very fast figured out you cannot calculate everything because there is too much chaos in the real world. It just doesn't work. You have to have a very controlled environment with very clear rules, and then you can do something. This is why, for example, a driving car is easier than creating a picture, because a driving car is mostly a 2D plane and there's very easy rules that are always the same. And it's a very controlled environment, and it's always the same kind of thing. You drive forward, backward, and there is different like icons on the street you have to identify. But a painting has like a million different rules what can happen, not just in the image, but what we understand visually in our minds, and not even in the image, the story of the image. So how are you going to train that to an AI if it's not even visually there? And that is much, much more complex than a driving car. And even the driving car took decades to develop, and it's not even perfect yet. You still have to sit there and look at what the car is doing, because it's still doing mistakes, even after like, I don't know, how long it has been around, like 20 years, 30 years, the research for self-driving cars. It's
yeah,
a long project, right?
Yeah, well, and trying to build solutions, like full tier solutions with AI is a folly anyway. I think like the amount of tinkering you have to do, even with like every aspect of the diffusion chain, you know what I mean? Like someone's like, I'm going to make the perfect this generator, and it's always going to do this one thing. Like it's always going to be a perfect dancing video. Take a dancing video and make it AI, and it's going to be perfect every single time. It's the amount of tinkering that is involved in the control nets, the IP adapters, the weights, the input footage, the rotoscoping. Like there's so much to it that like trying to like teach an LLM how to do it is almost even harder than just learning like all the intricacies and then learning how to iterate and doing it yourself.
Right.
Tools and doing it yourself, because like trying to build something that's gonna do that for everybody will never do it right for everyone, and it will probably only do it right like 20% of the time. Whereas if you know what you're doing, you can bang those things out one after the other, because you know what footage to use, why, how to control net it, why to control net, which control nets to use. You know what I mean? Like there's layers to all this stuff, I really think. So like,
right,
yes, start diving, then all this stuff becomes usable, because it with Comfy it all connects, right?
Right.
Everything and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of feel like, from my experience with playing around with all of these tools, and also look at the past of how other things have developed in the past. Like, for example, if you think about computer graphics in 3D, they have certainly evolved how we can do special effects in video, and people can do really amazing stuff that has never been possible beforehand. At the same time, you can't just like flick your finger and it's creating a magical 3D scene that is just perfect, because the tools are not there. But you can have like 13-year-old kids who make Harry Potter videos that look like the movie on YouTube, maybe let's say 16 years old. But like that, you're very young and can use these tools because it's becoming increasingly easier to do these tools. There's a lot of presets in there, but you still have to learn how to use them, and you still have to do everything by hand to create that stuff. And I kind of feel like AI is going to stick in that kind of area where it's evolving slowly over time, and it helps professionals do their job better and easier. And then it can also automate very specific processes that are predefined for like, I don't know, chatbots or making pictures for your newsletter or stuff like that, where it's very repetitive what it's doing. And then over time, it's becoming better. I don't really see anything where it's like completely independent and you just say, hey, I want to have a new Star Wars movie, and it's creating a 2-hour movie for you with good visuals and music and a good story, and everything is there and it just works. I don't think so. But I can see, for example, for Minecraft in the future that you say, hey, I want to have fantasy textures, and it's going to create for you a fantasy texture set that is going to be 80% okay based on the textures it already has as an input. So it's just rendering image to image, and then you just have something in one style, and it's going to look good, and that's it. But that's just like one small thing, and the rest of the game still has to be created by humans, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, they sort of all those things will trickle down through the trades. All
right.
the workflows will be distilled into easier and easier workflows. Those will be turned into tutorials, and the tutorials will be automated by AI. So it's like it'll kind of happen. It'll happen anyway, almost.
Right.
It's crazy. It's like it's all set into motion now. Pandora's box is open, and we're just
absolutely, yeah.
We're just watching it happen in what seems like slow motion to us, but is so much faster than the evolution.
Right. And I mean, the things that are possible right now that are crazy, like people couldn't have imagined that like 5 years ago. It would sound like a science fiction movie. So there is a ton of stuff that already is very, very good. And this is kind of what I feel strange is that if you're a skilled artist and the tools are there, you could do so much stuff with that right now and really advance art and really make things that people have never seen before. Why cry over it? Why not embrace it and use these tools? Especially because it's so easy to experiment with that. The problem is not that it's technical easy. The problem is that people don't have the knowledge to how to make art and how to tell a story. You still need that. If you're not a good artist, no matter how good the tool is, it's still going to be shit art. So you still have to be a good artist, so they could really embrace that and do something with it. But I don't see much of that. Have you? Do you know any like artists where you say, holy shit, they did something really interesting with AI art? Artistically, like they go to new frontiers of what art is.
Absolutely.
Not like,
yeah.
On Twitter, like, can we see something like that?
Yeah,
I'd love to see something.
Look up Rupe. Let me look up his name real quick so I can get the right.
Right. Okay. Yes.
I want to make sure we get the right account.
By the way, we should also. Is the chat having any questions or something? Because we're like, I think the conversation is pretty interesting. But if you have any questions, something, Eugene says, "Yep, Sora already understands physics." No, it doesn't. There's a cat animation where it comes through grass and grass is leaning. That is not really understanding physics. I think they like made it sound like magic, but actually, if you would try it yourself, I haven't tried it myself to just to make that clear. But I think it can do something, but the only thing that is basically understanding how it would visually look if that happens in a video. Not quite sure the AI is really understanding what physics does and how physics works. So I don't know. It sounds too good to be true. Let's see. Did you post? Did you share a link? Oh, there we go.
I sent you the link. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that. 1 second. But I mean, it's a good idea to base it on physics and be physics related. But of course, the question is, what does that actually mean? To have physics, like, is it actually physics inside of the like physics in a 3D engine, or is it understands how physics looks like and then it can emulate it? So there's like you see like this kind of difference between making it look like it and actually having physics. You know what I mean? So that would be interesting to what does it actually mean if they say it understands physics. A lot of that stuff is all it's getting it from the motion that it was trained on too, right? So you could say that AnimateDiff understands the way water works, but it doesn't understand the physical way water works. It understands what water looks like when it's moving. Right.
So
for example, yes.
Kind of it's a bit of a it's not exactly true physical knowledge of what's going on. It's like
Right, right.
It's just it's monkey see, monkey do, basically.
Yes,
Sees it and undoes it. So
basically, yes, yes.
yeah, is this Rupe or Frank? This looks like Frank.
That no, I don't know. Ah, Frank.
That's
Yes,
Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's funny. He reposted Frank. That's this. I sent you two links.
Okay.
I sent you both Rupe and Frank, and his first tweet was reposting Frank. That's very funny. Um,
All
but
right.
yeah, so that one there is Frank. I love what he does with Zero Scope.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like I've never seen video like this in my life, and everything he does is like this, just chaos and beauty and weirdness and like glitchy. This guy really, yeah, he really plunges the depths of latent space. I like this guy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see what
and
else we have here.
Rupe just makes amazing stuff all the time.
This is one of
He's
his.
been, yeah, he's been going through a lot of old work lately, so he's been also posting archival work. So I think this is actually rather.
So he does more like picture work, not video.
Oh, he does video too, but yeah, he does both quite a bit, and
Right.
it's real, very uncomfortable sometimes. It's fantastic. So yeah, I think there are people that are definitely pushing this new art form of where we're delving through latent space to find stuff none of us have seen before and show it to everybody.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Does he? Oh, he has some text. Inhibition, express. It is also a commentary on the photographic style. What in my mind I somewhat incorrectly think of live magazine style, celebratory in nature, wonderfully askew. Working on these late 2022 gave me the energy to embark on the effort that led to Leva. What is Leva? Do you know?
You'd have to check his thing. Is probably some amazing art thing he did. Probably some crazy art show thing.
Ah, I see. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else. This is also from him. Get ready for fast. I love the contradiction in these. Like with all things in life, things can be both good and bad. Modern worlds look for easy, direct answers, clear opinions. Reality isn't that. Hope you take a minute to check out the auction when it starts next week. Auction? Like, is it print or is it like
NFT
some
mostly, I think.
NFT? Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, it sounds. It looks pretty interesting. Very strange.
He's done a lot of really cool videos in the past too. I love Rupe. I love Frank, and yeah, there's lots of fantastic artists out there. I'm forgetting a ton of them right now, but yeah, I mean, like, there's a bunch of people that are pioneers on the edge of whatever this is right now. It's
right.
an exciting time to be in.
Right. I think I would need some more context to understand the work better of what he tries to express here in that kind of work. It looks very nice visually, but artistically, I'm not sure what he's like trying to express. It says a little bit in the text up there, but it's interesting. It's pretty cool, and also like interesting style. It's this is one thing that's interesting with actual artists, that they try to have their own style and their own way of expression. It doesn't just look like the like all of the rest of the fantasy stuff and things you see on Civet AI and Midjourney and stuff like that. It actually has like a not our own perspectives, more like vintage photography, like this, what he says, live magazine style, but certainly a different perspective, a different aesthetic from what you see usually in AI art. So that's already pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. By the way, I think we should show a little bit of your workflow process, right? In ComfyUI.
Yeah, they just broke everything. So
let me switch over 1 second. I hope that works. Yes, there we go. 1 second. Yes. I hope everything is visible. All right. Good. You can go and start explaining.
Yeah, I would love to, but unfortunately the IP adapter update just broke
okay.
my IP adapter workflows.
Right.
Let me see if I can pull one up that's more simple.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said before that the guy who is writing IP adapter, he rewrote the complete IP adapter, and this is why the nodes are broken. Probably also going to be broken inside of Automatic 11.11, right? So there have to be like a lot of updates and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even think it's that big of a deal. I think we could just wire this up.
Uh-huh.
Just one sec. IP adapter. I think it's IP adapter
Right.
there.
I'm gonna look at the chat real quick while you do that. Let's
Yeah.
see here.
IP adapter, clip vision. Ooh, what did I miss? I feel like there's one more new thing I need.
So, Green Spartacus says a real artist will never use AI because his identity is tied to his creation process. It is not a matter of fear, but a method of artistic decision. So, what is the artistic process? Because art can use everything, and artistic process doesn't even mean that you create the work yourself. First of all, we even had that in classic art. For example, people like Rubens would have a whole studio of other painters that they employ to paint the paintings for them and then put the final touches on them. In modern art, you have complete companies that you send your artistic idea to them and they create the work for you because you don't need the skill, especially for conceptual art where it's more about the theory and the concept. And then, of course, thirdly, art can use everything, even a found footage, even something you buy in a store, like, for example, Marcel Duchamp with the pissoir and other things like the bottle dryer. He didn't create that. He just bought that, and then he claimed it as his own art. So the creative process is the process of coming up with things that you want to express artistically, no matter the medium. So, of course, you can use AI. It doesn't have to do anything with it. Art has nothing to do with if you do the artwork yourself. It has everything to do with what you want to show to the world. Art is a form of expression, not a craft or a skill like in the past. If you're stuck in the past and you think like art is the skill of painting or drawing or something like that, you maybe talk about applied arts with illustrators and designers. Fine art is not that. I studied art, fine art. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to make a sculpture because I studied conceptual art. We read books. We talked about art. We made videos and installations and performances. I can stand naked in a room and make a performance.
I think we lost you.
1 second. There we go. My voice is also gone? No.
Yeah, you disappeared for a minute there. I think I think your internet might be a little janky today, unfortunately.
Fuck. Did people hear what I said?
I would. Yeah. You were 80% of the way through the rant.
Oh, did people say hear what I said or not?
Yeah, we got as far as you can stand in a room and make a performance and make it art, but it doesn't matter what tools you're using.
Ah, yes, right. Okay, cool. Right. Ah, yeah, or like oh God, what is the name? I forgot the guy who sits at the piano and doesn't play for 5 minutes. What's his name?
Oh, John Cage.
John Cage. Yes, right. You
44 seconds. Yeah.
Right. You can literally sit there and do nothing, and it's still art. So it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as it's a good work and people are interested in it. That's the main thing, right? Okay. Anyways,
yeah.
Naked in a room. Yes, I've done that. How old was I? Like 18, 19? I guess I was at least 20. Yeah, we did that performance. I did the performance. There's a famous picture of Marcel Duchamp where he is sitting and playing chess with a naked woman. And I wanted to do the reverse. So I was naked and she was clothed and we played chess in a gallery until just left this the other way around. So that was one of the performances. Nice. Anyways, okay. Good, there we go.
Trying to find the right. Let's do the comic one. Okay, so I'll just do a quick diff animation, and then we can talk about what we can do with this and things like that.
Right.
Because IP adapters is broken. Most of my workflows are kind of. I need to rebuild my workflows in order for them to work.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so right now we're just pulling straight data straight out of the model. The positive prompt is a dense tropical rainforest, and the negative prompt is NSFW nude. We are using Animate LCM and the Animate LCM Animate Diff model, and we're making an animation. It came out pretty cool, except it came out 8 frames per second, which is off, just awful. Try that again. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's pretty cool. We can get this stuff right out of the model without even adding other stuff. But with like with IP adapters, we can use images and stuff we've made as source material for the context or whatever. Mix context together, do the masking like I was talking about. You can pass control net through this stuff, run videos through control net, and use that to control depth maps and do subject masking. So like we could get a video of someone dancing and pull them out of it, and then like dream on them something different than the background. Yeah, it's really cool. We're there's so much variety with Animate Diff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Purz, when you make animations in Blender, you use a certain amount of frames. Yeah, I try to stick to like 140 to 240 frames. You know, like 10 seconds of 24 frame per second footage is usually a lot. 240 frame. Animate Diff has a bit of a buffer maximum length. Like if you go like over about 800 frames, or if you go over about 500 frames, you start to run into like a problem when it hits the VAE decoder. It tries to decode all the frames at once, and it'll start sending the information back and forth between your video card and the system RAM, and then it gets really slow on the decode. So you want to keep it around 10 seconds or less of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, cool. Is it better or just faster? Animate LCM is better and faster, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I was answering the questions here in the chat.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. We're just listening.
Yeah.
That's your part of the stream. Your percent.
Sure. Yeah. So I had my
Go on.
LoRa weight up too high on the Animate LCM LoRa. So now that I've turned it down, this even okay. Two things. I don't know if you guys know Machine Delusions on Civitai, but they make models and LoRa's and stuff. They made this model, and it's crazy looking. I highly recommend it. It's called Delusions LCM. If you want an LCM model to play with, it makes really cool stuff. This was a tropical rainforest was the input, and that looks like a rave in like a cyberpunk rainforest. So yeah, you definitely check out Delusions LCM on Civitai. It's super. So yeah, Phil is the man. Exactly. Yeah, Phil is great. Yeah.
Is that a model specifically for video or just LCM in general?
LCM. Yeah, it just works with video because Animate LCM works with LCM models. But yeah, it does images too. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Interesting.
It's super cool. But you could do like I don't know, medieval house in the woods. And let's give it some more frames. Let it cook. Spin zoom loop. Oh, the motion LoRa from is that Noteburger, I think? Yeah, I should talk about motion LoRa's. Okay. So Civitai spin zoom loop. There it is. Okay. So this is a motion LoRa. It was trained on.
Ooh!
I don't know
wow.
I don't know if you put the footage in where it's been trained on.
Mm-hmm.
No. But either way, this is what it does. Okay, when you do an animate diff animation, you see this motion that's being. This is the spin zoom loop motion model. So when you train a motion model, it doesn't necessarily do the exact same motion every time. It does an implied motion from what you made. So That's what I mean about you can use this over and over and over again, and it'll do different things. So,
Right.
but it's always kind of spinning and zooming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, and they're super easy. You just download the motion LoRa. I already have this one, so I'll just use it. And then
Right.
you go up here and you pop in a motion LoRa
Hmm.
and just select it from your. Sorry, these are all my
Holy shit.
the ones I've been training.
There we
One
go.
sec. Yeah, no burger.
Someone is very busy.
I didn't download that one, but I'll use Bubbling Rings one because it's really cool. So if we add Bubbling Rings at like 60% and set the motion scale to about 1.15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now this is what I got from Phil's LCM
Awesome.
LoRa.
Awesome.
A medieval house in the woods. It's cool how it's shifting around and stuff. I found that with his is very like it shifts around a lot. It's really cool. But let's try just the realism one. I'm gonna back this off to a 0.1. Okay, now that we have this bubbling rings, Civitai, let's see if I can find one of the default ones so we can compare it. Bubbling rings, there it is. So these are the ones that Noteburger made with it.
Interesting. Wow.
So yeah, we'll see what we get. Gross.
Wow. Yeah.
Yummy. Great.
Purz wants to get me demonetized today.
Yeah.
Try your best. Yeah. Let's.
Jeez.
Some crazy gore monsters.
Yeah. Some wiggly, shiny stuff.
Right.
This is an educational stream. Anything goes.
Anything goes. Yes, yes.
We're teaching.
There we go.
I don't know what we're teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that one
everything
crazy.
Ooh. That looks a little bit like a horror movie.
Yeah.
These kind of movements, like the in and out and the changes, is fantastic. Yeah. I can't imagine like what filmmakers are going to do with that. I hope that Tarantino is going to do an AI movie, because that stuff is like really amazing. Imagine like that stuff combined with what is it called? Like not Cabin in the Woods, but the what is it based on? Cabin in the Woods, the original horror movie. Yes. That, yeah. But with this kind of effect, that's amazing. Like how the sun is switching and everything. Wow.
Yeah, I know, and the like shading and the tree shadows on the house.
That is crazy.
And the other cool thing is, it's actually really good at deep shrinking. So if you deep shrink the model on the way in, you can actually make it at like 896 by 512 or whatever.
What does deep shrinking mean?
So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I understand the math of deep shrinking, but what I think it does is, so, okay, remember the problem we had in Automatic 1111 and other things when you generate an image that has a wide or a tall aspect, and you get like two people or like multiple subjects and stuff like that. Like everything is like doubled up and stuff or tiled. It just looked because like everything was trained on squares, right?
Right.
What this does, I think, is it shrinks down the latent space into tiles so that doesn't happen. So when you go higher res, it doesn't mess up the subjects. Yeah, like deep people in chat hopefully will be able to describe this better than I am, because I'm sure I'm butchering it. So yeah, I'm not an expert on what it is. I've just noticed that it basically does what high res fix used to do in Automatic 1111, where you can punch up the res and it doesn't just completely decimate the composition.
Wait, let me ask for a minute if Gemini knows that, because it's connected to the internet. It's called deep shrinking, right?
Yeah, deep shrink.
a video AI. Let's see. I would be surprised if it knows, but sometimes it has surprisingly good answers. Oh no, I couldn't find anything. Video compression with deep learning. No, it didn't. It didn't understand that. Deep shrinking. Maybe that's like something that's not a word that's too established. Koya deep shrink.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. Explain to me like I'm 5.
Who explains what?
That link you had there, the first link was on Reddit. It was someone who asked, "Can you explain what Koya deep shrink is?" Like I'm 5 years old. Yeah.
Oh.
First link there. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Okay, do you shrink to me? This might not be technically 100% correct, but helps to get the idea. It downscales to empty latent by a factor given in the downscale factor. 1024 by 1024 becomes 512 by 512, for example, a factor of 2. You simply get smaller latent images to work with. It generates X steps using this smaller latent. X is in this case, is steps you've given in the K-sampler and percentage. For example, if you've given 20 steps in your K-sampler, then 8 on these steps are chained with the lower resolution. Chained? I don't know what that means. So 20 times 0.4 is 8. After this low resolution steps are done, it upscales the latent back to its original size. The rest of the steps, 20, are generated. Okay, generated normally. Chant is generated normally in original size. Yeah, okay, I get it. Right. So it's basically in the first steps, it's rendering a low resolution version and then upscaling the latent size, basically latent upscaling it and rendering the rest of the steps in the full resolution. A little bit like high-res fix, basically, right? But the other way around.
Yeah, like here it kept the composition of the house, but didn't lose any of the detail. In fact, it's more detailed than the last one. It is shifting around quite a bit. I'm not sure why. Probably something I messed up, but whatever. Yeah, it's maybe it goes in before animate diff. I'm not sure. I think it goes after though. Either way, yeah, you can use it to increase the resolution of stuff that you're dreaming.
Interesting.
I did leave it default. Do I need to change it? I don't know. I thought the default settings were pretty chill. Yeah.
Okay. Looks good.
But yeah, so yeah, that's that. And then yeah, you can add control net, like if you want to control do that real quick. That's easy. Control net.
There we go.
Boom. All right, let's do depth, I guess. Yeah, depth. Image. Let's load a video path. Let's grab a dance. It's not a path, sorry. Video.
It's really fun to see how many rules Green Spartacus has about what art is and how to create art. Like, if you would be an art teacher for little kids, you would suck every inch, every little drop of creativity and fun of what art is out of these kids with your stupid rules of what you think is necessary to make art. You're like the art Gestapo. What the fuck is this? What you're talking about? What is this? All these like millions of rules that you have for art. This has to be, that has to be. It's not art if it doesn't do this and that. Actual artists would like throw you out of the gallery if you talk bullshit like that. You know,
call them our art police or art cops. This is cops, man.
Like he would go to
cops are here.
He's the kind of guy who goes to the museum and says that's not art because it's like my kid can paint that. Then go to the classic museum if you like that stuff. Who cares? Who cares about your art rules? Artists certainly don't care about that. They fought for at least 100 years to have the freedom they have now. They don't need your stupid rules and your misunderstanding of what art is. Read some books of actual art philosophy, modern art philosophy, not that shit that you talk about that's like over 100 years old, that's coming from classic art. That has nothing to do with art. Art today is none of what you say. Nothing of that has anything to do with that. And the rules you have that are absurd. You wouldn't be able to have Picasso or people like that with your art rules, or Jackson Pollock or Andy Warhol with your stupid art rules. Oh no, you can't make art out of comics because it has to be blah blah blah. What about Roy Lichtenstein? You know, all these kind of bullshit rules. Read a book, okay? Read some modern art philosophers and understand what art is, and then you can come back and actually talk about what art is, you know? And the main rule is there is no rule to art. That's the main rule of art. There's no rule to art. You can do whatever you want and express everything you want. Because that is what art is. It's the exploration of possibilities. That is the definition of what art is. That's why it's free art, right? If you have a billion rules, it's not art. It's applied art. Design has rules. Architecture has rules. Stuff like that. Because you have to be able to live in a house. You have to be able to drink out of a cup, right? But an artwork doesn't have any purpose other than being art. So you can do everything you want. That's the only rule. There's no rule, right? That's it. Anyways, let's go back to your stuff.
Feel better?
Yes. No, I hate it when people say, oh, art has to be this and that, when people really basically lost their lives over making art free, especially like in the Third Reich. They basically went to concentration camp to fight for the freedom of art and were called entarted art because they didn't follow the classic rules. And now you have these assholes coming out and say, oh, no, art has to be this and that. Art has to follow the rules like this and that because they think that's art. That's not art. Then do your stupid design paintings and then like your concept art and whatever, like sketches for the next video game. If that's what you want to do, nobody keeps you from doing it. You know, art can't paint art, like AI can't like pick up a brush and paint stuff. So you still can paint. Like photography didn't like destroy painting. There is still painting, but it looks different, right? Because people figured out, well, a camera can do it realistic, so maybe we should paint something else and like actually explore what art is rather than just painting gods and kings, you know? And then they went and actually did stuff with art, right? So yeah, just read some books. Yeah, Walter Benjamin. You should read Walter Benjamin, especially his ideas about the modern art production in the age of, I don't know what the English word for this, in the age of reproduction. And he embraced reproduction. He wasn't against reproduction. He embraced reproduction because he said if art can be done by a machine automatically, we have a new dimension of art. We need to embrace that dimension of art. He was not against it. He was for it. And he wanted to see what happens with art in the age of the machine and the age of reproduction. And now we have that, right? Anyways, let's go on. Okay. There we go. Let's go back to your video AI. Sorry.
No worries, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I mean, I've been fighting with art cops on Twitter for, you know, it's always something. It's, you know, it's
right.
Just, I don't know. They want to tell you how to do things because that's how they like to do things, and it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, he basically just canceled himself with his last message where he says like, art is in the eyes of the beholder, and this is what makes people think that a banana on the wall is art. That was a good artwork. Most people that don't understand art don't understand why it was a good work, but people who understand art understand why it was a good work. And the reason why it was a good work is because it basically showed how clownish and absurd the whole art circus is right now with all of the collectors, and you make great art and it goes into a safe because people want to invest millions and then make millions more when reselling it. And it made a clown show of that. And this is why it's a good artwork. The banana is simplifying that. And also, why was it a banana? Because if you go back in art, you have this graffiti of a banana on Good Gallery. So the banana has a history in art and like criticizing art, right? So it makes a lot of sense to stick it on the wall instead of making graffiti on the wall. It was a very good work, but you have to understand it. You need to read some books, and then you get a little bit more context, right? And you don't have to look at like nicely painted landscapes and say that's the only way of art. Anyways, let's go to AI. Sorry, I said it multiple times now.
sure.
All right.
Let's see. What is it saying?
The dancer.
Node setups are really scary and Comfy AI get confused. Yeah, don't sweat it. Comfy UI is only scary at the beginning, and then it's less scary as you start using every node. Then you know where to plug them in. Don't even worry about it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's basically always the same, right? If you use it like a couple of times, you basically 90% of the time use the same nodes over and over, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're rebuilding the simple, and obviously, well, like I'm not doing it here because like the ones that are watching and might probably want to see everything's connected, but you start building these little templates of like node groups that you use all the time. So like, if you need a certain thing over and over again, you don't always have to build it, right? You can just, you just pop a new one on and pop it on and pop it in your next workflow and do your thing, connect it where it needs to be, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, like Comfy's the scariness of Comfy is actually the power too, because it's of its modularity. Like everything becomes just a collection of nodes in your head essentially at some point where it's like, oh, to do IP adapter I needed these 5 nodes and they do these 5 things, and sometimes I swap out this one node for this thing, but it doesn't become regurgitative like that. You're just sort of like, oh, you just do it. Like I just remember this node goes here, and if you don't remember, you make a node template and then you just drop it. Like I always forget how to do a frame interpolator where you run a video, interpolate it, slice the last frame, reinterpolate the thing back together so it perfectly loops. Like I always forget the math for that. That's why I have one in my node template. So when I need to do it, I just drop this whole stupid chain down and we're off to the races, and I don't have to think about it anymore. So like yeah, that's the nice thing about Comfy is it gets more comfy as time goes on.
Right, absolutely, yes. And I think one of the huge benefits of using ComfyUI is that you get a much better understanding of how AI works and what you can actually do with that. Because as comfortable as Automatic 1111 is, it gives you a predefined way that AI works, and you don't have to think about the process at all. You just like punch in the different values and your prompt and maybe the image input, and then you just let the machine do whatever the machine does, but you don't know what the machine really does. And with ComfyUI, because you have these nodes, you think about the process, you can rearrange the process, you can redesign the process if you want to, you can create your own nodes if you want to. And like that, you come up with so many more ideas, because if you tinker around a little bit with the process, you're like, what would happen if I do this or that? Like, for example, what happens if I render 2 different prompts to 50% of the steps, then I merge the latent and render the rest of the step. What happens in that case? You can't really do that in Automatic 1111, but you can do it in ComfyUI. And this kind of testing, this kind of experimentation, on the one side is fun, and on the other side, you come up with a lot of stuff that maybe on accident or maybe by design gives you like really new things, because new is not just the tools that are new, but also what you do with the tools that creates the innovation. So you can create a lot of innovation just by rearranging nodes that other people have created, right? So that's pretty amazing. And you can also abuse stuff. Like, for example, I showed with the what I had yesterday in my video, where I use the face detailer, which is to refine the face in 2 ways that is not supposed to be used. In one workflow, what I do is I use it to change the emotion of the face, but the face stays the same, which is interesting, because then you have a very high character consistency, and at the same time you render a new face with a different emotion, smiling, screaming, stuff like that. The other one was using face detailer to render everything but the face, and that is I actually made a YouTube video about that, where you can have the real face with all of the details, the fine expressions you have, and also the actual human expressions, and then render the complete scene around the actual real face, which is also an interesting way of using AI. And I came up with that concept because like if I work with models, like actual people, they are never happy with the AI image. They always say that doesn't look like me. Even if it looks like, for me, it looks completely like them, they say, no, but my nose is a little bit different. My lips are not that way. And so I said, okay, let's just use the real face and then have an automated process to keep the real face, right? So you can come up with a lot of cool stuff. All right, sorry.
For sure.
I'm always Interrupting your presentation. Sorry.
Oh, not at all. No, it's right. It's all good. I totally agree. For me, the hardest part is the finishing, like with AI is making sure things look like the way they're supposed to look like. That's really hard to do. You kind of
Yes.
have to, you have to kind of decide what you're comfortable with.
Right.
When it comes to like outputs, and you kind of have to be able to work with the machine. Like here, we got a pretty good cutout of the guy just using ControlNet here.
Yeah, very nice.
But I'm noticing the context is jumping around too much. So
a lot, yes. Background, the clothing is changing. It's interesting.
Yeah, we have to figure out what that's about. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing about not being able to build a one-size-fits-all fix,
yes.
Right? Like, it seems like you could just throw an input video in here, hit the button, and always make a video, right? But then there's going to be little things all the time. So yeah, it definitely pays to start messing with these tools and like, just like,
Does this use a motion LoRa, by the way?
Yeah, it's using it was using one of them,
Okay, I see. Interesting. Yeah, it would like
the ControlNet tends to absolutely take over. Like, if you look at this depth map, it's basically it's almost completely taken over the
right.
You see all the everything. It's the depth map, and that's because this this ControlNet is set at 100%, so you can go in the weight types and the weight amounts, and when they start and when they end, just like with other stuff. So like, you have 3 more on the end and stitch it all together and things like that. So all this stuff needs tinkering, mad tinkering.
Yeah. By the way, let me see. I saw a really cool video today. I'm not sure if I bookmarked that on Twitter, where an artist, she used a video from Pexel. No, I think it was a video, and then made a screenshot and rendered an AI character and combined that with the video afterwards with the animation. I need to use bookmarks more. I don't think I bookmarked that. There it is. I bookmarked it. Okay, cool. 1 second. I can show you that. No, that's not it. Oh, it's a guy. I thought it's a woman. Because it's a woman in the video. 1 second. I'm going to show you that real quick. I'm going to change the screen. Where do we have that? No, that's not it. That's not it. Fuck. Where's my screen? Oh. Okay, there we go. So that is the. Can I, if I make this full screen? No, that's no sound. Okay, wait, I can zoom into that and then people can see it like that. So this is an AI character. And the cool thing is, I think why this looks so good is because the background video is actually real video. And she's, at one point, she's looking to the side and there's this kind of glitch effect. I guess maybe the video didn't render it very good and that he put it like the glitch effect. Or it was just like a decision to make it look more cool. I don't know. But this is a screenshot from the video. I think he's using a video. I'm not 100%, but I think he's using a video. And this is the original character. And then he painted over that character with AI. And you can see like this didn't look good with the background. It didn't work too good. But the character is really good. And then he animated the character with visual AI. Controllable Wiggle AI with a green screen in the background, and then he combined the 2 videos together afterwards. Oh, the hand here is really not so good. I didn't even see that. It's interesting. Did he fix that? Did he make a mask on that? 1 second. Oh, he overlaid that with the thing. This is why that is so big. That is a good idea. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, wait a second. Can we see here if there is a glitch when she looks to the side? Is that part in here? Oh, yes. It's getting very blurry when she looks to the side and very glitchy. And then he masked out the hand that's coming up. This is why there is the glitch effect. So I was right about my assumption. But the result is really nice. Oh, the hand is still there. Okay, interesting. You can, if you look like on the hair, you can see the green screen, so that's not 100%. And when the hand comes up, you see it with the motion blur. So that's also a little bit not perfect, but it's still very good. And the shaking of the camera, very nice, very interesting. And I think this kind of combination of real stuff and AI stuff makes it look a lot more real. Sorry, you wanted to say something, sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, absolutely. I think, like having any skills in this stuff, like outside to do work in post, to just tie this stuff together and make it look like it belongs in the same room. Like that's always going to help. And that's what I was talking about earlier about this stuff being workflow augmentation, not replacement.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Max knows how to do stuff like this with real videos. So now he's got the tools to just make the person he wants, jam them in there, and still,
absolutely
the way he normally would, right? So it's just fitting it into his workflow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so crazy. Yeah, and it's also like how fast the process at the same time. Like there's this other. I want to show that also real quick. 1 second, Martin.
Martin Nuremberg.
Yeah, he's crazy. He does this kind of like.
I messed up his name. Never long.
Where do we have that? No, this is in Krita. This is not what I want to show. This is another thing. Like, you see, like he's controlling that character, and then this is rendering over the character. I guess with the LCM model. So he has. I think this is the original, or I don't know, not quite sure. But he has like he built a 3D model, and he's controlling it with the PlayStation controller, and then this is rendering over it. To refine the output, basically. Here's another version. He's using an old PlayStation game, not even 3D software. This is a PlayStation game called Dreams for PlayStation 4 that is very intuitive to use. And he makes these models that you see on the left with the 2 motion controllers and the VR headset. So he's basically in a VR space, hitting all the trendy keywords. And on the right side, you see the refined output of that image, which is crazy. In this case, it looks a little bit strange, but if you look at other stuff he's doing, 1 second, maybe we find something else like this, for example, here. Like, for example, the one thing he explained is like doing the stuff in 3D is, let's go back here a little bit, 1 second. So making this kind of base setup in 3D, that is really quick, this kind of sketch. And you can basically do that, like even on the Quest 3 or other headsets, you have these like simple painting programs in 3D space, so you can just paint it out like clay. And then the interesting thing is like 90% of the time you would spend on refining and texturing the 3D model afterwards. And this is what the AI is doing for you. So you can come up with the complete concept and composition and the colors and whatever you want. And the AI is then just taking over and creating the rest of the image, which is really amazing. You can rotate it around as you've seen before. And I don't know how he does it, that it has so much consistency also with the movement we have seen before. By the way, these strange drops you see here in the finished face, that's the menu. So that would not be visible on the final image. And he is like a very skilled artist also. So if you look at the other stuff he did, 1 second, maybe we can find a scene. He makes like really amazing, beautiful scenes. 1 second, like this, for example. This is more painting, doesn't have to do with 3D, but you can see how he paints out the complete like base sketch, basically, and then rendering it with AI into a full image that is close to the input, but refining it from the input to this kind of like high detail, high quality, that would take hours or weeks to finish. And the AI does it for you while you create the complete setup. So even like, I think I read what was it? Like, I think a YouTube comment today was like, oh yeah, but it's not expressive because you don't have control over the story. You have control over the story if you have an image input. If you just make a text input like Midjourney, you don't have control over the story. But if you actually draw it like he does, you have full control over the story and even over the details, the colors, stuff like that. It might not be minute to the material she's wearing and the specific way the hair falls and stuff like that, but it's very, very close. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's go back to your stuff. Sorry, I'm a terrible host. I'm interjecting so much stuff. Okay, let's go back to your video. There we go.
I agree. I think it's really cool how Martin uses stuff. I think Martin's a shining beacon of like what it can be like to just embrace new tech.
Yeah, you should do a stream with him together, because I think you and him, you're the two of the biggest innovators right now on Twitter with using video AI and this kind of like artistic AI generation, right?
That'd be cool. Yeah, I should hit him up. I don't really know him, but yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Animate LCM in a nutshell. I'd love to show IP adapters, but it's being real weird. Let me try adding it, and we'll see if we can bug out or figure out where all the bugs are. So like IP adapter is like really the magic sauce of this stuff, because again, you're using images instead of prompts, so you can use your own art, you can use stuff you've generated, you can use stuff you find. It's all good. CC0 footage, there's so many CC0 images out there you can use.
Right.
Yeah. So IP adapter. All right, let's loop the model through and add IP adapter loader. Okay. Face. No, plus. Image. We want to prepare image for clip vision.
Mm-hmm.
In the center. Load an image. And I feel like something's going to be missing here. Trying to make her dance. I don't see the plugin for clip vision, so let's see why it's mad.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can determine what node we need from why it's mad. IP adapter model not present in the pipeline. Please load the models with IP adapter unified loader node. You got it. IP adapter unified loader. Yeah, they literally just changed all this stuff. Okay, so they're like built in now? That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to assume it goes through here first, then into here. Then this comes out. But where's the clip vision go? Okay. Clip vision is missing. Fun. What?
Where they have to
IP adapter v2 complete code rewrite warning. Let's look at an example workflow here. No, that's not it. Example directory. Oh, they're JSONs. Okay, cool. One sec. Let's load one up in a new window and see how it's connected. File. This is the absolute best part about using Comfy, is when things change.
Alistair, that's a good question. Very good question. He says, since Green Spartacus knows everything in existence, he wants to know what is the point of existence. 42. Right, there we go. Yes. Oh boy.
IP adapter examples. Okay, IP adapter simple. Let's look at a simple IP adapter. So model goes into here, then into IP adapter. Yeah, we load the image. See, that's what I thought. This is what I have. Oh, you don't plug IP adapter into it.
Always the little things.
So we don't need this anymore? That's actually easier. Let's go.
Does it work? Looks like it.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay,
I've
perfect.
bypassed ControlNet, so it's just going to do this image with a medieval house in the woods. So I don't know.
Oh.
Stronger. Probably IP adapters.
Okay.
I imagine.
Right. Okay. Wait, in the meantime, let me switch to my screen real quick.
Indeed. Yeah, this will take a while. I'll let you know when it's done.
There we have. Could I? Oh, no, I can't do that. 1 second. Is this locked? What is this? Anyways, there we go. The 3 dots, and then hide user from channel. Boop. Okay. Okay, now we can message deleted. There we go. Okay, bye. Have fun with your art Gestapo friends. Okay, let's go back to your screen. There we go. All right. Oh man. The history of mankind is the history of old people telling it works better. That's like the last 10,000 years of history. Ow, you're gone again from my screen. And you're back. Okay, good.
No, internet. Yeah, well, it's funny because now it's also a lot of young people telling me what to do, which is very, very strange.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah.
It's a bit of a turnaround on that one.
Oh, yeah, we have kind of like also this kind of doomer generation where they are like more conservative than we are, right? And so like, I don't know, it's like you are too modern for. Oh, interesting. Okay.
In the 2 heads, we're using. Oh, it's not plugged in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't plug in the deep shrink, so there we got the double heads. Literally
I see.
Described what I was talking about.
Right. Interesting.
So let's. I'm just gonna restart this with it connected properly.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what happens when you don't deep shrink and you use a weird aspect. You get double subjects.
Right.
So now this, when it starts over, should be right. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay.
Jibcod, this is what I don't like about ComfyUI. When something breaks, it become quite time-consuming and complicated to fix. Yes, same with any app. Same with any workflow. Once you get into a dense workflow in anything, if you change the wrong thing, unplug the wrong thing, you weren't paying attention, you're debugging forever. Same thing with programming. Same thing with visual programming. Same thing with shader design. Same thing with game design. Same thing with everything.
Yeah, totally.
It's Comfy is as complicated as you make it, basically.
Yeah, and it's like they're all new tools, so this is why they are so unrefined.
And they also said right on their GitHub that this is a project breaking change, so don't update unless you want to. And I wanted to, so.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I was warned.
It's like for my videos, it's crazy when you think like if a new tool comes out, I sit there usually for a couple of hours to figure out how to use it and how to install it so it runs. And then I have to render something that looks good on my screen. And then I have to record the video and cut the video and post the video. So if there's like a 10-minute video, you sit there like for 5 hours just figuring out stuff and then creating a video that explains it in a nice way. So yeah, that's kind of like the everyday process of just figuring it out, which is kind of like before when I had the photo editing channel, it was more about actually using the tools and figuring out creative ways to use the tools. But now it's more about like figuring out how the tools work at all, right? And that's kind of a little bit a little not sad, but it's kind of like I would rather like work on creative things myself, you know what I mean? So but I have to see how, like, I want to make more videos like that. I'm gonna start to make more videos like that also for my Patreon to test it out there. Because I think there's like a lot of value also with the things like you do them, where you experiment with the tools and the innovation, and the news you bring to the community is the new ways you find in using basically the same or similar tools, rather than jumping on the newest tool that comes out that doesn't even work correctly yet and then just explaining, hey, look, there's a new tool. you actually like create invasion yourself, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's yeah, it's well, yeah, but I think it came from when I started doing Blender stuff, there was already a bunch of people doing beginner tutorials for Blender. But I noticed there was a giant hole for like intermediate tutorials, because an intermediate tutorial is a course, right? Like it's it's the next step after the beginner tutorials is to like buy a course and like,
Right.
you know, learn something specific, something legit.
Hmm.
Take your time, deep dive into something. But I wanted to provide that intermediate material in a open format so that it's sort of like what I do is sort of like a course in real time. If I
Right.
Or I'm not really teaching, we're learning together in that sense. Because there's often people in my chat that correct me and tell me why things work the way they work. Because, you know, I just have like it does this thing when I do this understanding, but I might not understand the math behind it. So it's amazing to have the community be like, oh, well, yeah, this is the math behind that, and this is why that does that. It's still something that's been eluding me for months, you know, because like the technical documents on this stuff is like, it just makes my brain like cook when I start reading the latent math and the vector math and all the like dimensional thinking and all the stuff that they're doing, and diffusers and transformers and pipelines, and it's a lot. So yeah, it's really cool to sort of sit in between there and work with the developers, work with the tools that they're providing, and hopefully influence them to make changes that help artists and people, as opposed to like, because, you know, like a lot of developers, they get the thing done, then they put it out because that was the job. But then when you go to use the tool, it's like, if it had this and this, we could use it for like 1,000 more things, and then they just kind of just drop it, or, you know, they move on to the next thing because they're not interested in the UX and the UI and the process of it. So yeah, it's like, hopefully I can point out some pain points, and we can like figure out solutions, workarounds and stuff.
Yeah, I feel a lot of the space, like on GitHub with the projects, is like, hey, I built this amazing tool. What does it do? How does it work? I don't have time to explain. I have to move on to the next thing. So they never tell you. There's no information. Like they give you the shortest possible like text on and then like 2 example images, and then you have to figure out the rest, right? Do this.
Clone this into a folder and run this requirements. Like up to you to play dependency whack-a-mole for 6 hours.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but like, because I always think like they took probably weeks to develop that, but I couldn't take an hour to write a nice text to explain how it works. Why not like spend that extra hour? But it probably, for them, spending that extra hour on explaining that is the same way excruciating for them as it is for us to figure out what the tool does. Yeah. You know, so they don't want to write that kind of like explanation text, or even are able to do it in a way that would be good to understand for a lot of people, right? So, anyways,
I don't.
It's still rendering.
I don't know why it's taking so long to write the video. Oh, you know what? I might be out of hard drive space.
Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer's getting slow. I think I'm out of hard drive space.
Ew. Oh, there we go. Hey, nice.
All right, so the IP adapters is working again. That's good.
Right. It's pretty stable also.
Should probably delete something right now before my computer crashes. All right, there we go. Come back now. Yeah, I mean, not bad from that image, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So yeah, if you have stuff you've already made, you can punch it in and do stuff. I'm trying to figure out why it's shifting context windows so hard, though. The animation should be much smoother than this. I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Interesting. This is not using the controller input right now. It's just the image.
All bypassed completely right now.
Oh yes, yeah, they're pink. Right. That's true.
But yeah, we could plug them back in, and it should.
Oh, interesting. I guess you could also. Oh, maybe it's not working with the input right now, but the amount of frames or something. Oh, the resolution. That's also good.
Yeah, I'll reduce that a bit.
Good idea.
Do it faster.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
Boop 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 boop.
If you want to later on, we can also look at the like 3D software in Krita's thing, like not like screenshot of a 3D image in Krita kind of thing.
Yeah, you should set that up. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just gonna render away. So if you want to start doing that, go for it.
While it's rendering. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Might as well.
Okay, so by the way, I want to show you something also. Let's find this. Blah blah blah. Where is it? No, this is wrong. I showed you that yesterday. 1 second. This one is one of them, and then this is the other one. Okay, cool. Okay, where's my screen? Boop, there we go. Okay, first of all, what I want to show you is to get you started, maybe it might be interesting, like Humble Bundle is a website. They sell like very strongly reduced bundles of stuff. And right now they have, for example, this Unreal Environment bundle, where you have this kind of like medieval village and the stylized nature, destroyed buildings, post-apocalyptic environment, modular dungeon, stuff like that. This is meant for video games, but of course you can use it to just like build a scene. And all of that stuff here is at the lowest price, 23 bucks, 23 euros, which probably should be the same price in dollars. So you get a very, very high value out of that. I think there's even some music. You don't need that, but and I bought one that was on like a couple of, I think like 2 months ago or something. It's from Kitbash. It's a company, and they had this here. It's called Enchanted. They don't have that on anymore, but they have these kind of medieval like buildings and stuff, and also like different elements here. These kind of wood wagon carts and candlestick marketplace and all other stuff. So you can build a full scene or a game or whatever you want with that kind of stuff, and you basically download a plugin, and the plugin goes into Unity 3D. 1 second, there we have it. And then you just click and say download asset, and it's doing everything. It's on its own. It's just like placing it in here, and then you can click on that and you can move that around. You see? So that's the whole thing you need to do. And this is completely textured and everything. Now, I haven't used Unity 3D in like 6 years or something, so I have no idea how to use it anymore and how to make this look better. If anybody knows what I have to click to get a better light and have the textures rendered in a nicer way in the game view, because I have no idea. It looks like this right now. I don't have a player, so we only have the main camera here that I can move around, and there's like a preview down here. And then in a very cheap way, I just make a screenshot of that thing and then import it into Krita. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it didn't work. It doesn't work as good as I thought it would work, which is strange, because if you paint the most like basic thing you can come up with, it looks good. But this looks, I mean, it's not bad by any means, but it's not great either. That's a little bit strange. So I don't know. Oh, you're gone?
I'm back now. My computer crashed.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh,
for the video thing. Yeah, I know.
The links. Yes. Okay. No problem. No problem. Take your time. I think people can't. Can people hear you? Yeah, but you're in the call.
Because you're still on the call. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. So just the visual is gone right now.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
sending you the links right now, so it should be good. In 1 sec here.
Right. So basically, this is a screenshot of what I showed you before, and then you can render over that, and you can like just like put the prompt and render, and this of course gives you then the perspective that you have set up with the camera. That is the benefit, basically. Instead of painting everything, like you can make, this is just a one house right now, but imagine like a full town scene with stuff going on, and you set up the lighting and stuff. Use line art depth is better for. I'm using depth up here, and it's for some reason, maybe I'm using it wrong. It doesn't do exactly what I want it to do. So the depth map looks like this, which looks okay. We could go here and go for, where is head? Do we have head? Blur? Hands? Depth? Soft edge. Let's go for soft edge. Unsupported. Oh, okay. Line art. Yes, line art. Scribble. Let's go with scribble. Can we make a new layer here? 1 second. Let's make a new layer. There we go. Let's put it on that layer. And then, wait a second. I have to turn this off. There we go. Let's see if that works. Server execution error. Trying to locate the file. Ah, I don't have the file. Okay, that's not good. Can we do this? Make sure your internet connection is on. Oh, internet connection. Wait 1 second. Is this process on right now? Should be on, right? I should have like a ton of models down here. Line art, Kenny, depth, pose, and face. So line art should technically work. Did it completely crash now or what? Let's go back to depth. That should at least work. Let's see. Image to image and inpaint when you start with a rough image and what you want. More changes makes the eye produce things that could otherwise be very difficult. Ah, you know what we could do is to blur that image. Maybe that gives us a better output. Okay, that looks like not good. I'm not sure if it created... Oh, it created a depth map though. But it has a depth map. Oh, I changed the layer of the depth map. I'm an idiot. 1 second. Did this completely crash because I can't use it at all?
What does it use for its backend? Like auto?
No, ComfyUI. It should use ComfyUI.
Maybe your Comfy... Did your Comfy crash, maybe?
I don't think so, because it just rendered an image.
Oh,
so it should be good. Maybe I just had the wrong stuff on. 1 second. Let me... Animation. Oh, let's go. Let's click on refine here again. See what it does. And then we're also going to blur that image and see if that's going to be better. Test and see if the service running. The service should be running, you see? Oh, that's not too bad. That's kind of cool. And it has a kind of perspective that we are using. So that's interesting. It's pretty close, I would say. So that's not bad. It's actually nice. Okay. But still, let me duplicate this layer here. Duplicate layer. Is your by the way, is your rendering done, or because I don't want to take away from your time?
Do you think mine crashed? I don't even want to run it again. I think there's
okay.
IP adapter is going to pull me off the internet again.
All right, so we're gonna do.
I need to do more testing before I start rocking those online, I think.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna do 2 tricks here. The one is I'm blurring the image, and the other one is I'm creating a noise layer. Oh, we are at erase. Color, filter, other random noise, like that, because that helps to make more detailed images. We're going to set the opacity to about 25% or something. Set it to overlay from the blend mode. So now we have a lot of noise in here. And now if I render this, it should give us a much better image. Maybe. Oh, by the way, you have sent me the links. Okay, cool. I was about to say. Okay, let's see. Put you in here. And then put your screen, oops, put your screen Down there. 1 second. Okay, you're on the screen again. Guest screen. There we go. And there we have the output. Is that better? Oh, it has a little bit more detail. Maybe. Not sure if that did anything. Okay.
We're back.
Okay. Awesome. And then another thing, by the way, another thing we can do here is let's make another layer below that. 1 second. And give me the brush. Brushy. There it is. Oh no, I need to pick it here too. That's a little bit of a strange thing with Krita is you have to pick the brush here and then also over there. Okay, let's, oh, this is a little bit too bright. Let's go darker here. Let's go like this. Whoops. I should have just clicked fill, but anyways. Oh, anyways, while we are with the brush, let's put a little bit of like color difference in here. Let's go like this. Make it like that so it has a little bit more information. And then we can also blend that layer with the background so we have more of a night scene. Let's see what we get now. Maybe I should have blended it with the background, but let's see. Ooh, look at that. Not half bad.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's not as like it's kind of different from the original image, but I also went pretty far away from the original image. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, it's not very detailed. I don't know why that is. Maybe because of the depth map. Maybe I have to reduce that. It's 100% right now.
Possibly.
Let's go to 80% here.
What are the diffusion settings? Are they,
The diffusion setting is the strength is at 90%, so it should actually be very different from the original image, but it's not, which is strange. Because if I paint something, 80% gives me a pretty good result. Let's have medieval house at night, gothic, dark art style, 8K absurd res. Maybe that's improving it. And then what does the make it multiply? Yeah, that would be a better idea. And I forgot to hide that, so it's using the wrong image right now. Okay, let's. Ooh, not bad. Okay, interesting. Let me render that again. But actually, we can set this to live, so that should go a little bit faster here. And now you see the preview on the right side, basically on the right side. Can make this. Can I make this bigger? Whoa, that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
The windows are different, but the rest is pretty cool. Very nice, very cool. And to show what this actually the purpose of this is, is we can go back in here. Oh, and now it's going to be interesting because I have to move the camera around. 1 second. Let's go like this, and then move the camera up here. And then move the camera back a little bit. And oh god. And this is how the professionals do it.
Yeah.
Wow, there's so much skill.
No key commands at all.
Yeah.
Gizmo around.
Look, Mom, no skill.
I could move it around in Blender, but I couldn't move it around in Unity. I don't know the shortcuts, so I'd be just as lost as
right. Let's see. It's like I think it's getting closer. Let's go like this.
Well, blenders are not industry standard, so that's not really a good skill anyway.
There we go.
Everything else uses a different.
Isn't it used in professional movies, Blender?
Oh, sure, but there's also a plugin that'll change it to like Maya style.
Ah, okay. So now we
build. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on.
I was gonna say there's a build of Blender called B for Artists that my friend Dre's maintains, and it kind of solves a lot of the problems that a lot of the people coming from more traditional tool sets. It makes Blender more like Maya and stuff like that.
I actually don't know.
If you hate Blender hotkeys, Bleed for Artists is for you.
Can I just drag this in here? Insert this new layer. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we have a new perspective. There is a way to change the global light inside of Unity, but I don't know how to do that right now. So we are gonna really low skill here. There we go. Now we have the new perspective, and this rendering should update that in a second. Magic! Work! Doesn't do anything. Awesome. Let's change the seed. Come on. Give me something. No? Oh, we have to we have to recreate the depth map. I should have made a new layer. Oh, that looks good as a depth map. Okay, cool. Let's see. Come on, please. Oh, there we go. I mean, it's not exactly the perspective we wanted, but not too bad, not too shabby.
It's really cool. No, it looks cool.
Let's reduce the depth map. Oh, there we go.
Detail it added around the house too.
But it is very frontal, though. Drone view. Maybe put drone view in the prompt.
Maybe.
Maybe I have a little bit too much noise in here. Where's the noise layer? Is this the noise layer? No. Let's reduce that. That's a bit too harsh here. And then also reduce this kind of night light here a little bit. Let's reduce the strength. 70%. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay. All right. Look at that. Wow. Okay. It puts some windows in the grass, but, well, that is, whoa. Now we're getting somewhere. So this just needs some more experimentation. Pretty cool. So what I need to figure out, and I haven't prepared that, is like a live input like Martin does it for the 3D software. I'm pretty sure there's like a live screen capture input for ComfyUI where you can render that. Or I could screen capture it and make us like a virtual camera and have a camera input, so that should also work. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. Even if it's just like low skill screenshot technique, that is pretty cool. That is very nice. Wow. Okay, let's try another perspective. 1 second. Let's go back here to Unity. I want to see, like, because here on that side of the building, we have a very nice view. 1 second. I have to turn this like that, and then go like this. I should have made a player character so we can just like fly there. But anyways. Ooh. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. Let's see. 1 second.
The house.
There we go. We're a little bit inside. There's like, sadly there's nothing inside. That would be cool. That would have been very nice. Let's make a perspective where we look up. 1 second. Let's go down here. Oh wow. Oh wow, I want to see what that looks like with AI. And then we have to go a little bit further away. Ooh, wow. Okay. There we go. All right, so this is what we have now. Screenshot again. Yeah, so I have to experiment with that more. And I think that can be like super productive if you have like all these professional assets and then just bash them together to medieval cities and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can like just create crazy scene setups. Okay, let's just leave it like that. the stupid thing. Let me turn off the depth map here and see if it works without, because otherwise we have to create a depth map every single time. Why does it not, like, that is so strange. Why does it not work with the image input? I'm at 30% now, and it's still, like, now it looks like crap, but it's closer to it. While when I would paint it with brushes, it would be working a lot better. That's very strange. Anyways, let's turn this off here real quick, and then add the depth layer again onto control net depth. Create. Let's turn this off. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. What does the chat say? You can group a bunch of images in a group in Krita and then set the ground as reference. More images will require more memory. Image as the reference. Remove the depth map and use the rendered image as a reference. Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Like if I leave this on, we can set the depth map to 0% and then render it like this. I think you also suggested that, right? To do it like that with just a depth map.
Yeah.
As an image input.
I like, well, not as an image input, but it's just depth map.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it'll work as an image input. It might. I don't know what it'll make.
It doesn't do anything right now. Let me delete this real quick. Oh, there we go. That is... No, that's not it. Oh, we have to... wait a second. From below. Medieval... what is the guy who works with iron? Blacksmith.
Yeah.
Blacksmith. House. There we go. I think we need the depth map input, otherwise it's gonna be... Oh, there we go. There we go. 1 second. Let's go to 75%. Huh. Sign in front of the shop. Does that work? It doesn't pick up on the sign for some reason. Let's reduce this a little bit. Oh, I'm an idiot. I still have the... I didn't switch the depth map off, so I didn't have an image input.
That would do it.
Come on, do something. There we go. Ah, now it picked it up. Okay, cool. Interesting. But for some reason, the quality still isn't as good as if I would paint something with a brush. That is kind of strange. Let me paint a scene with a brush real quick and see what that does. Yeah, we can keep that. Put that in here like so. And then we're gonna paint a house real quick. That should be probably also blue. I should have put the blue at the end anyways. Let's put it like that. And then, well, we don't even need the sign. Oh, oh, it's still using the depth map.
Yeah, it's pretty cool already.
But it's using the depth map. And without the depth map, it's this. Okay, let's go higher here. 85. But you can see how this looks a lot better. From the, does it look better, or am I stupid right now? I feel like last time we did some really cool stuff, and this time it just everything just looks like crap. This looks better.
It's good to me.
Interesting. Yeah. But it, what, wait a second. What's the resolution here? Maybe the resolution is too high. How do I change the documents? Oh, resize canvas. There we go. Okay. No, I can't divide it by 2. That's going to be too small. I mean, it's not that big for XL, actually. It's actually a good size for XL. Let me change the style here real quick. I don't understand why it doesn't look so good.
I've literally never used Krita, so I'm not even sure.
Right.
I feel so helpless right now.
No, but it's just ComfyUI. That looks better. One second, I'm gonna try out something real quick here. Yeah, it's probably just my brain playing tricks on me, because I think that stuff looked better in the past, but this looks actually pretty good. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to 70%, see what that does. No, it's probably pretty good. Okay. So let's go back and turn the normal image on. Get the depth map back. Aha. The depth map is kind of like destroying the quality. Recommend. But that, I mean, that's pretty good. Different style. Victorian house. Interesting. Standing on the rocks. There we go. Wow. Okay. So that's also the cool thing, is that you can like change it into different kind of things. Let's make it a modern house. Let's see what that does. Ooh, that's pretty cool. How about we just write house? Not bad. Okay. So let's say digital painting. What does this do? And why is there birds in the sky? Okay, that looks like crap. Fantasy art. Meh. Gothic XL. Ah. Interesting. Not too bad. Isometric, Kurosawa, line art, low poly, neon punk. Probably not the right. Wow. Okay. Okay.
I like the neon sign up front.
Right. That's pretty cool. All right. So you can do some pretty wild stuff with this. Psychedelic. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, crazy. Interesting. I think like the style prompts also like have an influence on how good this is looking. The Tim Burton always makes the stripes. And the sign turned into a part of the building, so that's a little bit off here. Watercolor, that's probably going to be good. Oh, nice. Look at that. Wow. That is crazy. Wait, when I remove the scene from below, let's see what that does, if it still works. It does still work. That is pretty cool. Do we still have the other depth maps? If I use this depth map, what does it do? Ah, it changes it to that. And then if I change that image, if I find it, that's the wrong image. Where's the image from above? Ah, there we go. Okay, that's not 100% working. Seen from above. That's better. Okay. From a bird's eye view. Let's see. Above actually works better. So with a little bit of tinkering, getting closer to the what the model like the style words are good for, it actually gives you some pretty decent results. That's interesting. Very nice. We can actually let me see here. We have this tower here. How big is that? 200 megabytes. We can import that real quick. It doesn't even load the screen. So much for quick. Okay, because I thought we could just like add that to the scene. What's wrong with my internet today? That's pretty strange. Okay, let's come back to that in a second. But this is pretty good. Often also the seed has a lot of impact, by the way, so you want to play around with that. You get some interesting additional like results that might be much better. Let's put the strength also a little bit lower here. Come on. I would have expected that the perspective is going to be better, but let's turn off the noise here. Strangely enough, that doesn't do anything. But probably if we could get the Kenny model to run, that would be good. I don't know why that doesn't work right now. This doesn't work either, so something is off. Kit. Let's see. Let's load this again. So that works. By the way, they also have a bunch of free stuff that you can get if you're not because the bash kits they have, they are pretty expensive, like $200 or something like that. Holy shit, that's 400 megabytes. That's too much for us. 700.
Is that all?
That is a little bit too much here. We have this kind of gate here. Let's see what this house does. 300. This is the cheapest one. We have a church here. 200. Yes. Let's get the church for 200. Let's hope that works with the stream. 23 meters high, apparently.
Pretty high church.
Yeah. And 600,000 polygons, 612,000 polygons. So that's is that a lot for games or not? I don't even know.
For games, yes.
Uh-huh.
But this is more for set dressing, I think.
Right.
Like, I don't think these are game assets, or if they are, they would have lower poly stuff. Yeah.
Right, right. So this is now, as you can see, automatically importing into Unity and automatically also putting it into the scene, which is very nice. So you don't have to have a high understanding of the stuff that's going on. Now you have the church here, and you can just like move that around, like push it over here. And like that, you can just like build a complete scene, right? So from the convenience, this is pretty amazing. And you can have like very, I don't know what that was. Oh, I changed something. Oh, I kind of like, 1 second. I think I pulled something out of there. Yes. Oh no, that's the camera. Why is the 0 point now somewhere else? And this kind of thing is moving here. I did something strange. We don't need that thing. Oh, the trees from the other thing are now. What the hell? Okay, I don't think we need that. Let's just put this here. And then see with the main camera. Oh, it's already here. Wow, that's nice. Look at that. Wow. Maybe let's make a little bit of a more normal perspective here. So we get a better result with the AI, just like from the front. Oh God, do we have to have a little bit of the tree in here? I don't actually want that. 1 second. Maybe a little bit up. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, it's not the master class in composition right now, but well.
Move some stuff around, make the scene, no worries.
There we go. Okay, let's try this. It's a start. There we go. Okay, let's pull this in here. Select the layer. Okay. And then we pull this in here. There we go. Oh, and the thing is running. This is why everything was so slow, because it's...
Oh, it was constantly diffusing the whole time.
Yes. Okay. We need a new layer.
My computer's so hot.
Right, yeah. Oh, I have the effect layers on. 1 second. I think we need to turn that off. Nope. Okay, let's try this again with the depth map. Let's see if this is better.
Be right back. Gonna get some water.
Okay. Oh, it actually makes a difference. Interesting. Didn't think that. Okay. This is the one we need. This is the scene. No, it is not the scene. This is the scene. Let's turn this back on. House. Standing. Okay. Church in background. Let's see. Also, interestingly enough, with this plugin, the LCM gives often better results than the rendering, which I don't understand why that happens. I think it should be the other way around. There we go. Oh, not bad. It's not amazing. Okay, let's go here with Gothic style off. And then we go here with the fantasy Gothic art. Or let's see that. Not too bad. For some reason it puts grass here. I don't know why. Gothic fantasy. Oh, hello. Okay, pretty cool. You know what? I want to make a new layer here that says sunset. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this off. Let's go here. Where is my tool? There's the tool. And then have some sunset color. Actually, a gradient would be good, to be honest. We have a gradient tool also. I have never used it though. How do I set the gradient colors? Oh, this looks sunset here. This looks like a sunset. That's good. Nope. 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 Come on. Give me something good. What the hell is this? 1 second. Okay, let's use this one. Better. Wait, is the sunset bright at the top or at the bottom? I think at the top it's brighter. Although the sun is at the bottom. No, it has to be at the bottom, right? My brain is exploding. 1 second. Let's go like this. God damn it, do something. There we go. Good enough. Okay, let's multiply this. Is multiply a good idea? No, wait, soft light. Let's just leave it at normal. I don't even know what normal is here. Shit. Color? Okay, color is good. At sunset. This better give me some amazing sunset scene right now. The sun is at the horizon. That's a good idea. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. I like that. That's a good result. Let's put in the noise again. Ooh, I like that. Pretty cool. Very nice. Let's put some more noise. 20%. A little bit better. Little bit. Pretty amazing, huh? Wow. I wish we could like just turn the 3D model right now, but that's already pretty nice. Let's go here with the different seed. No, don't like that one. It's okay. Oh, okay. But it looks like a video game. It's not like a digital painting, which is a little bit upsetting. However, what we haven't done yet is that you can actually plug this into as the input. Like I can use this over here, and now this is the input. And now it's rendering in a higher detail. You see, like now it's becoming even better. And you can actually loop that. Like I can put it again over here if I want to. And then it's again creating another image. So you can go step by step. You can go better and better. So that's pretty amazing. Let's go here higher. No, that's not good. I wish we could just turn off the denoise without deleting that stuff here. But the depth map. Let's turn off the depth map. Why does it not work if I turn off the depth map? That's so strange. It creates something very different then. I feel like that should work better. Yeah, anyways, it's still pretty amazing. This is the wrong one. Go this one here. This is too much. Let's go here to 70%. Or maybe let's go slower here with 50%. Give it a little bit more space. 40%. Take another seed. It's pretty blurry. 50% denoise. Interesting. Yeah, sorry. It's a little bit of juggling with the different settings, but it's still pretty nice. 30%. Interesting. You could use LoRAs. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, that's true. But you can do a lot of cool stuff. I hear that sound. I don't know what that sound is.
It's probably me.
Oh, do you have like a bling bling? Did you have like a little sound?
Oh, no.
It might be a donation or something, but I can't see. Maybe it's from Buy Me a Coffee donation. If someone made a Buy Me a Coffee donation, please put it in the chat, because I don't have the overlay on and I don't have the website open, so I can't see it at all right now. Okay. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's very nice. You can do some pretty amazing stuff with that. Let me try one thing. Let's see if this is too much or not. Oh god, how do I duplicate stuff here? Oh, wait a second. Before we do that, we have to turn off the LCM this time. So we actually have a little bit of a faster rendering here. Let's duplicate this, and then we move this over here, and then we turn this around. Yes. Oh, we can do it like this. That's a good idea. And then, oh, please give me the, 1 second. Move it like that, and then we duplicate that again, and we move this over here, and we turn this a little bit so we can quickly create a little village here, and then duplicate this again and move it over here. All right. Okay, and now go like this maybe. Oh no, that's the same thing as we already have. Go like that. That's okay. Then we take the church, move that over a little bit. We can also scale it up. Okay, now we have to make it higher. There we go. It's okay, good. And then we move it here and there. All right, that's already pretty good. So now we need the main camera, and hopefully this looks as good as I think it does. Let's go back here. There we have our village. Can I make this camera preview bigger somehow? So it's not like Mickey Mouse. Don't see any. Oh, wait. Huh? Come on. Ah, yes, it does. Okay. Very nice. Okay, good. So we can see a little bit better what's happening. Go like this. No. Okay. So now let me, oh, I can't see what I'm doing when I'm on the different thing here. And now it's small again. Wow. So convenient. Okay, 1 second. Let's put it like this. So we have to go back to the camera. That's not too bad, okay? It's kind of like a village that we have now. So let's do a little screenshot here. You know what I love is when people post online with a question about a software and they make a photo with their smartphone off the screen. Like, yeah. Do you not know the print button? You know, nobody told you there is a button for a screenshot. That's so funny always. Like, how?
I mean, it's a screenshot of an error message. Oh no.
Yes, and of this like blurry, you can't even see what's going on. You know. Oh man. Oh my god. Okay, let's stretch this a little bit. So now we have let's just call this Gothic style village at sunset. Let's see what this does. Oh, we have to do the depth map again. 1 second. Control depth map without that image and without the effect. 1 second. I have to turn this off and that off. Okay, let's see. Oh, that is the problem here. I don't have settings for the depth map. That is stupid. Is there a way to have settings of the depth map inside of Krita?
Like the start and end?
Yes.
Is there like an advanced settings for the
Negative front.
Control that stuff. I don't know. I don't know credit enough.
Yeah, you can render out a depth map, but I don't know how to use Unity. That's the problem right now. I haven't used it in 6 years, so I have no idea how the Unity works right now. So yeah, it would be cool. And you could help me if it was in Blender, but we are in Unity. So I don't even think Unity has a depth map render function. I mean, why would they have that for something that makes a video game? Anyways, let's try it with this depth map that we have. We still have the image input, so it should maybe pick up on the church in the background. Oh, it does. Look at that. Wow. Holy shit, that's not too bad. Okay. That is actually pretty cool. Let's put the depth map a little bit higher, 40%. It takes this stuff here as the shadows as some kind of object. Go also here a little bit higher. Oh, no, that was too much. That's too much. Wait, does it even take the... it takes the correct depth map. Okay, cool. So 60%. Let's see what that does. Oh, I forgot to turn on the filters, by the way. There we go. Oh, okay, that's a little bit too much. Let's reduce this a bit. It does some cool stuff. It's not exactly what we asked for. Depth map in 3D software is pretty much just a low poly untextured view. Really? I don't think so. Because it looks very different though. So
which one? Sorry, what was that?
He said the depth map in 3D software is pretty much just a low poly untextured view.
Yeah, that's right. With a light source at the camera.
This really?
Is depth map is, yeah. And you get a much better depth map doing that in 3D software than you would generating one later.
Oh. And where does the gray value from the distance come from if it's like a light and a low poly image?
It's the light. The light is coming from where the camera is. So you get white you get it white close to you, and so it falls off. So you increase the brightness of the light until the white near you is pure white and the farthest away is black. So you just brighten up the scene until it's like the right depth, and then you have a perfect depth map because it's just sitting on all the untextured, like it's sitting on all the geometry. The light
interesting
off the geometry, and that's
interesting.
That's a perfect depth map.
Did not know that. Pretty cool.
And like things like Blender, they spit out a depth map or a Z, like that's part of the composition layers. So like it's always being generated anyway. There's already a depth map in there. You can just extract it.
Right.
But in Unity, I'm sure it's the same. I'm just not sure in Unity how to access the depth map. But I'm sure there is one, and it's probably super easy.
Interesting.
Google that actually. Unity depth map export. Camera's depth textures. Camera can generate a depth and normals or motion vector.
There we go.
The depth texture node can be enabled by using camera depth texture mode variable from the script. Oh, fun. Oh, fun. I'm sure there's an easier way than this. I just don't know Unity.
Right. Okay, this is just like too dark. Let's maybe make a daylight scene. Warm summer day. Oh, and the scene from above is of course wrong. Ooh. Cinematic photo. The problem also here with that is right now is that the colors are shit. It should be much better. Actually, we can take a screenshot from here. Where did I see that today? I showed you something. 1 second. Let's turn the LCM off again. It's really killing my PC. How do you do it that when you use your AI, it doesn't use 100% of the CPU power? Because for me, when I turn it on, it's just like cramming really hard to the. Oh, this is not highly detailed.
It's the simple fact that I have a 3090. I just have enough VRAM headroom that my computer doesn't freak out.
Yeah, but I have a 4080, so that should be like.
You've only got 16 gigs of VRAM though, so once you hit that wall, you're.
Oh.
You know,
Interesting.
your computer's gonna. Whenever you hit your full VRAM, your computer starts to.
Go. Interesting.
Mine just doesn't hit that wall because I like try to max it around 21 gigs for all the workflows that I do when I'm streaming, so that doesn't happen. But yeah, it just happened to me today because of this IP adapters thing. So, you know, it all depends.
Mm-hmm.
It's relative.
I
VRAM.
don't know what happened just now, so let's just try this again. That's just this. I hate these WebP images.
Yeah, they're not great.
Fuck. Let's make a screenshot. All these stupid new formats. Wait, did I turn on the thing again? Did it make a screenshot? I don't know. Okay. Let's drag this in here, sorry. If this is a little bit boring right now, but okay. And now we have like a black background, which is a little bit stupid, but I just want to try this out real quick. Fill the background with black color. There we go. What do we write in the prompt here? House on it. Let's see what this does. The depth. We have to turn off the depth map now. Yeah, so that already has like a lot more style because the colors are nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Look at that. That's a lot more beautiful. So I guess one of the problems is that it just, I don't know how to output it in Unity so it looks good. Because this is like fully textured and everything. It doesn't have the right, maybe if I create a light source or something. Directional light. Oh, there we go. Okay, 1 second. I think we might have a little bit of a solution to the problem. No, not really. I thought it's going to be better, but it's not better. Intensity, multiplier. No. Oh, the other one is also directional light. Turn this off. Aha. 1 second. Aha. create a light, point light.
Yeah, if you create a bunch of point lights and place them around the scene, you'll be able to get better looking stuff. Like, you know, place the lights like on tops of doorways and like where lamps are and stuff like that in the scene, and you can get more natural lighting in it because you're creating all these light points. And then you'll have to probably increase the intensity on the lights to actually see what they're doing, because they're probably
range
chill.
Intensity doesn't do anything.
So just zoom in, make sure you're in rendered mode, have a good look, make sure it's above the ground. It looks like it's maybe
there we go.
Ground. Yeah,
there we go. Ooh.
So yeah, bringing back the intensity off now. Now you can light your scene with those point lights.
Right. That's already better. Turn this back down. Okay.
So you can set your own mood and your.
But now the question. Okay, that's a lot better. Yes. But how can I make it so, like in the preview, that I have a nice rendering, a quality rendering, and not this kind of like, this is not the setting like that you would have of a nice actual render in the video game.
What happens when you play the game? Like when you hit play, does it drop you into like a high res version of the game, or?
Good idea.
I don't know.
Let's see.
And maybe you can take a screenshot from inside the game when it's rendered.
Completing domain.
Oh no.
I don't know what it's doing right now. Is it already doing it, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never used Unity.
1 second.
You're on your own in the woods here.
Yeah. Now I think I have to do some quality settings in the project settings or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
When I remember from the past when I used it, there is some settings, but I have no idea how to set that. Scene, main camera, project settings, timeline, audio, graphics. Is there a preset? No. Ultra. Yeah, I don't know how to do that right now.
Me neither.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, we can do that next time. That's a task for another day. But let me put this a little bit higher here. Is this? Oh, this is the other light. Okay. Put it here. Make it more intense. And there is for the scene background blue, culling. It does have a general light from the scene itself, but I don't know how to turn it off. That would be good also right now. Projection perspective.
Like environment lighting?
Yes. I don't know how to turn it off right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Probably in another menu buried somewhere.
Right. Wait, let me go here again for the project settings. This is not the most entertaining to watch right now, but shit. Input memory, package, physics, player, preset manager, quality, scene template. No. Scripting, service text, mesh, timeline, UI builder. Control visual. No idea. Is nobody in my community does use Unity apparently? I don't know.
They just they don't get paid enough to help us.
Right. Number of hidden objects. Toggle skybox, fog, and various effects. Ah, okay. Directionality, shadow, mouse combination. Anyways, I don't think we're going to figure that out in time. But this is already a little bit better, so let's try this. Make another screenshot here. And then drag this in here. Insert. One thing I don't like too much about Krita is that you have to click on all these kind of tools. It doesn't like context understand when you click on something. You want to resize it, so the resize thing is always there. That's a little bit annoying. Depth map. Is this the correct depth map up here?
I think it's because this app is mostly made to be used as a tablet interface, right?
Krita? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like for tablet. Is it?
I think that's how most people use it, is on their tablet.
I didn't even know there is an app for that. I thought, do you confuse it with Procreate maybe?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
No, because like Wacom tablets, they don't run apps. They just work on your computer. They're display for your machine, right?
By the way, is my screen really bright and low contrast, or does it only look to me like that at my second screen?
Fine to me on the thing, but I can't.
Well, let me put the contrast a little bit higher and the brightness a little bit lower. Does it look better now?
It looked okay to me. I don't know.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay, good. Anyways, so here we have the scene now. A little bit different. Like the lighting is much better now. So that's interesting. We can also, one thing, let me try that real quick. Opacity, let's set this to, let's say 40%. And then I can take my brush. And what I can do here is I can simply paint in the stuff that I want to have in here. For example, let's make the sky darker. Oh no, we said sunset, right? Forgot about that. So let's go like this down here. And then we go, for example, with a nice red up here. It's a little bit too much red, maybe. There we go. Interesting. So you can actually like repaint the scene in the kind of style you want to have for the image, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like paint in colors and stuff. It looks a bit strange though right now.
It's cool.
70%. There we go. That's a very very strange looking sunset right now. Interesting. RGB. Oh, okay. Multiply? No, multiply is not it. Normal. I'll just leave it like that. Interesting. Gothic style. Oh, not city, but village. Village. Interesting. There we go. Woo! That's not bad. That looks pretty good. That's a nice looking image. Let's put this over here as an input. And then see with a different seed what we get from that. Ooh, look at that. Move this over a little bit. So that's not too bad actually. Those are some nice looking scenes. With our, like, not exactly our setup because I put down the depth map quite a bit. But yeah. Pretty interesting. Oh, wow. That's also pretty nice. I have to ask Martin how he gets the high quality and the high, like a style, not a style change, but he gets a very high quality and it's consistent to the input without having the quality of the low quality of the input. I don't know how he does that. I have to ask him about that. But that looks actually pretty nice. IP adapters are totally broken. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Martin's just using like stream diffusion, and he's got everything dialed in, low CFG, and to only make changes when he makes changes.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's like pretty much just all dialed in, ready to go.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Okay. Let me do one more thing here where we change this to a high view. Let's go here. Because that's basically the main advantage here, is that we can do these crazy interesting perspectives without like having to redraw the complete scene. So if all of the setup here looks a little bit like cumbersome and a lot of stuff to do, you have to keep in mind that like this is basically similar to Word, where you still have to type the page basically, but when you want to make changes like a paragraph or something, you have already everything set up and just like it makes changes in there. And this is kind of like similar here with these kind of changes you can make to the scene, where you set up the scene, you build everything, and then you can just like move it around. I failed to get some interesting perspectives here though.
So can you adjust the field of view on your camera?
Yes, I can do that also.
40, so set it to like 80.
That's a good idea.
And now zoom in, you'll get like or not zoom in, but like pull the camera in. Yeah, you can
right.
Get, like, more dramatic shots. Whatever.
That's a very good idea. Yes, very good idea. Didn't think about that. Yes, so we can go like that maybe. There's so much of the roof though. I don't want to have so much roof. Maybe I just should like move that building out of the way. 1 second.
It's the beauty of being a god in the video game world. You can just move the building when you need
right.
to picture.
We can even merge them together like this.
It doesn't matter as long as the picture looks good.
Absolutely, yeah. They can basically create completely new buildings by meshing them together in a nice way. Mm-hmm. Okay, that probably doesn't make too much sense what I'm building right now, but anyways, let's see. Visually it works. I wanted to have a more dramatic view. It looks a little bit like shit still. So I'm not quite sure how to do that right now. But yeah, that's not good. 1 second, let me put this on. I
would just bring the camera down a bit. Get more into the city. Get more into the village. Yeah. Literally down. Yeah. Get in the city.
I wanted to create one of these cool, like Assassin's Creed kind of like vibes. But yeah, you have to be a little bit better and also take some more time at the scene building. This looks really boring. Shit. I'm getting annoyed. I mean, sometimes this is kind of the thing where I get stuck in my mind, but I want to try something. Assassin's Creed. Let's see. And then it gets kind of boring for the stream because I'm getting obsessed with it has to look better.
I had to figure out a masking problem, like just like a logic problem on a stream a while ago. It took me like 45 minutes, and I'm just sitting here thinking, this must be the most boring patch. But you know, once we figure it out, then we have the template, right, and we can use it next time.
I want to have something like this.
Rabbit holes.
But that's I need, of course, I need a bigger city in the background for that. So that doesn't work anyways.
More models, more stuff, more things.
Right. It would take forever to build that right now. And with the few things we have here, it isn't. I think there isn't too much where we can actually like have this kind of eagle eye perspective that is crazy, and that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Although. 1 second, you know what? If I just go up here, when I click here, what does it do if I hold Control? Oops. Nope. That was not what I want to do. Maybe it's Shift. Nope. Wait, maybe it's just copy paste. Ooh. It's just copy paste. All right. There we go. Let's just make a bunch of models here in the background. And there we have our village. There we go. Okay, one more. And now let's go in here.
Houses facing exactly the same way.
Yeah, that's what I Patience, young Padawan, patience. I'm on it. All right. There we go. All right, let's look at the camera.
Houses.
Wow, we don't see anything. Okay, that's cool. We have to move the camera up now. 1 second. But that's already better. Oh, okay, cool. Point the camera a little bit lower. There we go.
It might be helpful to pop a couple more point lights in between some of the house clusters.
Right.
Give a little more lighting in the scene.
I just thought, why not? Oh, wait, that's wrong. Make that. The fuck?
Scale up the church.
Yeah, like the scale up the whole church a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a giant church.
Towering over the city.
Right, yeah. Let's go like that. Okay. Oh, no, that's not it. So now we have to move these a little bit around. Okay, I'm almost done. Famous last words. 1 second.
Final V4, definitely final version .mp3.
So here we have our point light. Let's copy this. Wow. If you get a little bit good at this, you can do some crazy stuff here, huh? Okay, that's a little bit strange, but still. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's have a look at the camera. Where's the camera? I think we're getting there slowly. A little bit more, but I feel like it's already not too bad. I wish I could keep the camera view open and just move the buildings around. Is there like a window for the camera?
Probably.
Hmm.
How to do it though is beyond me.
Project. Anyways. Okay, so what do we need? We have this building here. Move that back here. And then we need a little bit of stuff over here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The hell? Why? Oh, what? How is this not visible over here?
Which?
Like the houses. Ah, now it's better. Okay, good. Okay, it's almost good. The only thing I want to do is like, it would be nice if we had the camera, like the top of the church in the view. But if I point the camera down, the church's tower is growing.
Can you just scale the church down just until it fits inside the...
That's a good idea. 1 second, let's put this back then. Okay, yes, I think I overdid it a little bit with the church size. Ah, come on. There we go. Nope. Fuck. Is it floating? Oh, it's floating. Okay. Ah, good enough. Okay. Screenshot. Okay. So this is going to go in my portfolio when I apply for a level designer job at what is it? Ubisoft? Who does the Assassin's Creed games?
Yeah.
Ubisoft? Yeah, right.
I think so, yeah.
Right. Oh, I don't want to know how many people right now with no skill and a lot of AI images apply to game studios and such in the hopes of getting a job.
Or do get a job and then, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, right. They're like, oh.
It's a lot of learning.
Oh, it's just mid-journey. Oh, the depth map looks pretty good, by the way. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's render this.
Excuse me.
Let's hope this is good. No problem. Don't worry. Doesn't do anything right now. That's amazing. Hello. Oh, there we, oh, look at that. Wow. That's actually not too bad. I mean, there's a lot of empty crap in the back, but that's actually not too bad. Look at that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's not highly detailed, though. This is something that's kind of like I'm not happy with, that this is not so great from the details. But this is just like a question of tinkering around with the settings to get it right.
What checkpoint is it using? Is it like SD15? Is it SDXL?
SDXL. It's using Juggernaut XL. Okay. Version 6, though. Older version.
Then, yeah.
It should be better, yes. I think the quality is getting a little bit mixed up by the depth map.
Right.
It would be probably better if I have, like, if there was be a little bit more control over the depth map. And also if I could use something else in the depth map, that might probably be better. I don't know why the rest doesn't work right now, because I certainly have downloaded it. It's not too bad. And also this is LCM. It's not the full model. So for that, it's probably pretty good. Let's actually try...
STXL LCM?
Yes.
Isn't that lightning? I don't know what the
Um,
problem is because I don't think LCM is for SDXL, is it?
but it works. If I have my normal input for the painting images, it works pretty well.
Yeah, well, I would probably want to pop that lightning LoRa on there if you're going to do anything because I'm pretty sure LCM is SD15 only thing.
Mm.
Maybe not. I have to double check now. Confusing.
Oh, wow. So that, I mean, also not great from the details, but no, it's actually not that good. We go here a little bit lower.
Maybe Turbo or Cascade or something would be a better idea for.
But the other projects I did, if I show you that, 1 second. Let me open up one thing here real quick. For example, let's go here. Like, for example, this I also did with Excel. And you see, like, it has like super nice details. And this is also done with LCM. It looks really, really good. Very nice details. So, I mean, not up here. That's not so great. But overall...
So you did this in Krita or in Krita or in...
In Krita, yeah, in Krita.
Yeah, wow.
Right. Just with the LCM mode. This...
What's going on?
I have upscaled this, but even with the non-upscaled images, 1 second, where's the other one? Like, for example, the stuff I did here with the mountain. These kind of images, they also look fantastic. So I wonder why it's not that good. Although, I mean, maybe we stick too much to our input. If I would go lower with my settings, it might be better.
Possible.
Yes, let's go here. And then we set this to 70 and we set this to maybe just 20. Let's see what happens then. I mean, is this the same quality as the other one or is it less quality? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, so maybe that has an impact. Let's go here and go to upscale. Let's use that. Strength. Okay, let's upscale. Hope that doesn't take too long. Let's see what we get from that. Oh, holy shit, we had 3 hours. Wow. when I fall into my hole of just 1 more minute, it suddenly an hour is gone.
Hey, I know the feeling.
Right. So it's basically we should end the stream because it's really, really long already. I didn't think it was that long.
No worries.
So let's see what we get from this.
I gotta do a bunch of IP adapter testing now and try and figure out how to get that working. Because now when I stack 2 IP adapters, my whole thing crashes. So I can't do like 2 different masks. So I got to figure out what's going on there.
Right.
It'll be a long night of reading Banadoko.
It's not too bad. It's like, look, this is what we have now with these kind of details. So that's actually not too bad. I have to play around with it a little bit more. It's also like for what kind of prompt did we use anyways? 1 second. What does it say here? Gothic style. It is a Gothic style village, but the buildings are not Gothic style, right? So that's also strange. Why is that? With a denoise of 70 and a control net of 20, why is it still doing medieval buildings instead of Gothic style buildings? That's kind of surprising.
It could be pulling the medievalness out of the depth maps even at low rates, but yeah, you're right. It should, I don't know, it should be some more gargoyles or something.
Ah, okay, that's an interesting idea.
I just mean like there should be something indicating Gothic beyond just the pointy church top. Yeah.
Right.
The edges are kind of like gothic.
Oh, now it has changed the size of the image. That's the one thing I don't like with the upscaling, is that it also resizes the document at the same time, which of course makes sense. Yeah. But then I can't go on with my working process. Divided by 2. There we go. Oh, and now did it change everything now? Oh, I changed everything. Shit. Oh, because I just changed the canvas. I didn't change the document size. I don't know how to change document size inside of Krita. Only the canvas size, which is strange because it should be in the same menu, but it's not. Wait. Let's open this up again. No. Why is this in here? Okay, one second. Oh, it's not installed. Soft Edge is installed. Oh, it's this is 1.5 now. No, we don't need that. Let's go here. Kenny's installed. Okay. Oh, doesn't do anything with it. That's strange. There have to be some settings for this. Line art is installed. Okay. Nope, doesn't work. Scribble doesn't work. Nope. No. Normal doesn't work. Huh. Only depth works for some reason. I don't know why. Victorian city at night. So let's try this real quick. Let's go here to 75%, and then we set this to 10%. I see what we get from that. The name is kind of weird. It's called, okay, we're talking about something else. TV wasn't live. Okay. Huh, interesting. Let's see. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. But you might be right. It's the shape of the buildings that kind of puts it into that kind of like
medieval
style vibe. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Go a little bit lower. Village at night. Uh-huh. Interesting. But it's not too bad right now, I would say. Kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We can also try the, oh, this is nice. Let's put this over here. And then we can have like the analog style. Let's see. Hmm. And this again is strange. Like you can see, why is the analog photo so blurry? How does this come? That might also be the depth map. I think the depth map has a lot of impact on the quality of the image.
That can happen. The control net can have more of an effect than just like what the control net does. Like I've noticed with the animations, sometimes when I'm using depth control net on certain animations, the colors get all washed out and like certain things change. It's like some control nets like seem to like add a little too much to the equation even when they're low. So yeah, it could be that. It could be the fact that your input image is blurry as far as it's concerned, so that when you like, because if you're lowering the strength, you're just blurring the image more. So like if it sees a blurry input image, it might think that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, there's so many variables.
Right. Interesting.
A grade made, A1. Brackley3 says you can edit depth maps with the blend brush in Credit.
Ah, yes. Yes. Ooh.
That looks pretty cool.
That's interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is very dark. Maybe I should put again at sunset. Because,
like
or...
It's of a medieval village. It's so weird.
Right, yes.
It's not like drone footage of like a medieval village would be cool. Like a slow like drone footage of flying over top of it. Because like you just would never see that.
We can actually try that. That's a good idea. 1 second, let's try that.
I might have to jump off here pretty soon and have some dinner with the
wow,
with the wife.
That's interesting.
Getting late.
Look at these pictures. Now we have the Polaroid style.
Yeah, I like that. I think that kind of stuff is what's most exciting about like AI for me, is the like,
right,
I don't know, being able to just do mix things that would have never happened, because obviously we didn't have Polaroid technology in the medieval time.
Right. 1 second, 75%. Let's go like this, because I think before it was at 100%. Let's see if we get something that's a little bit closer. There we go. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
That looks like a Polaroid photo. It still like lacks a little bit of the detail resolution, but it's pretty cool.
I think the Polaroidiness actually helps with that, because that sort of soft focus, it hides the detail, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's cool.
That is interesting. Very nice. I also have this kind of like...
Throw them magnifique. Done and done.
Let's try the Wes Anderson setup here for the style words. Last thing for tonight. Maybe we get a nice Wes Anderson village. with the pink church. Okay, interesting. And it has this dreamy style. Like it's really interesting when you have these kind of style words. This is also interesting. And this is, by the way, these style words, I have generated them with Gemini.
Oh, cool.
I just copied over the like how it has to be from the wording and said, okay, different like famous directors, movie directors. And we also have here the Kurosawa style. Let's see how that works. It should be like a black and white scene now. Although I have Polaroid photo, so I'm not sure if it's going to be black and white because of the Polaroid word in there. Oh. It turned it into a Japanese village. Interesting.
It makes sense. Pretty cool.
Let's call it a film scene and render it again. That should be black and white now, hopefully. Nope. Oh! Of a matter, it did something completely different. That is very strange. Okay. Did not expect that. Don't know why that happened.
Weird.
Let's try this one more time. Again, has some kind of Japanese style, but it's called a Japanese village. There you go. With this kind of famous, like this tower, this Bruce Lee, like with the different stages, right?
They're called pagodas or pagodas?
Pagoda tower, yeah. And like it's interesting that the village looks actually pretty like a little bit like Japanese-ish, right? With these kind of like the color of the roofs and the white around the buildings. It did a pretty nice job with that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this looks good.
Right.
The Polaroids I like the best.
That one, yeah, that one was very nice. That's a good idea. And also that like beginning one here, which is 100%, but still, that's very nice. I think this is like just based on the depth map because it's 100% from the denoise. Oh, 1 second, we can actually try that. Put this at 100%.
Yeah.
And then do the Kurosawa thing again. Let's see what this does. Oh, I have the wrong image right now. I'm not sure if it's taking this or the underlying image.
Guess we'll see.
1 second. Oh, it doesn't take the image at all because I took it to 100%. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Very different. Let's push up.
It looks like when you mix in input image, it really lowers the quality because like the quality of those 100% dreams look great. Like,
right, that's true. So maybe
have to do with like mixing the original in, maybe because it's lower res potentially than the generation. I don't know.
Oh, and this is just with the depth map now, with a high percentage.
That's nice. Yeah, that's cool.
This is actually pretty good. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you don't even need the input image. You can just make them from the depth maps. I mean, that's usually how I use ControlNet. I very rarely pass stuff into the VAE. Unless I really want the exact composition of the image.
Let's do the Gothic village again.
You know what also might be interesting? Does Krita do IP adapters at all?
I think it does.
Because if you set up the composition IP adapter, that would be pretty neat. Because it doesn't take the style of the image; it just takes the composition. It's a new IP adapter that dropped last week, I think.
Right. Oh, look at that. Oh,
that's cool. Yeah, there we go.
That is much better.
Yeah.
So what's the
input image causing the distortions?
Ah. Yeah. 1 second. Where's the original image? This is the original image, and this is the It's not the exact perspective, though.
No. But the buttons are in the same place. Yeah.
The quality now is really nice. Beautiful. Let's do.
Can you stack ControlNet in this?
Yes.
So add a head as well then.
I only can use depth. The other ones don't want to work right now, even though they are
Oh,
installed.
I see.
There's something broken with it.
Fun.
Let's make this. Dark Gothic horror. Let's see what this does. Well, at least we learned something, so that's pretty cool. Wow, that is a lot nicer. I mean, it does add a lot of stuff, but the church is still there in the middle. Interesting. Actually, one last thing. That's absolute. That's I promise. One last thing. One more thing. How to save? Open the how to save file.
R.I.P. Steve Jobs.
There we go. I want to try this real quick. Depth map. Let's generate a new depth map from this one. There we go.
Rackley says he couldn't get all the plugins to work either, so they use the auto installer from GitHub, and then they all work.
Okay.
Might be worth trying that at some point.
So let's generate based on this. Without the image input, 100% strength. The depth map is 80% right now. Fantasy concept of a dark Gothic house horror. Let's see. Yeah. It's very different though. But, I mean, the house shape is kind of there. But the style is much nicer now, I feel like. Let's set the depth map to 100% and see what this does. By the way, is there a way for these images to have the different, like the other way sorted so that the newest one is at the top? Because it's always at the bottom and I always have to scroll down. It's a little bit annoying. Wow. So that is a lot better. Input, output. That is a lot better. Are you still here? Oh no, okay. Has something else to do. Okay, but that is amazing. That is really cool. Look at that.
Yeah,
wow.
That came out great. Yeah, that came out great.
See, input, output. So it's still like, it still makes sense to have like a 3D input and you can rotate that and set up the scene. And then the rest just comes from the like depth map. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I have to play around with the rest of the like assets. I have to talk with Martin to see how I can get closer to the input, but having these variations is also very nice.
I mean, you can also take this a step further, and if you run a camera through your scene and then record that, you can use that depth map video, with animate diff, and so you can through your own village,
Right.
with ADIF and all the other stuff. So
yes. I have to figure that out too.
Just the beginning of that, you can
totally.
Now that you've got it in a game engine, you can do anything. It's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Very nice. Okay, cool. Good. So I would say that's the end, my friends. No, where is my? There we are. There's both of us. Okay, it was a ton of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too. It was like Purz. Follow him on YouTube and on Twitter. He does amazing stuff. He posts basically every day new projects with his experimentation for video AI. And yeah, we're going to go on with this kind of ArtGem. I think the ArtGem format is pretty good. Maybe next time I can have Martin on and he can talk about the thing he's doing with 3D. And then step by step, we're going to go deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole of AI image generation. Okay, so you have the word.
Awesome. No, thanks. That's great. I really appreciate being here. This was really fun. I really appreciate you coming on my stream last week ago.
That was also
It was
amazing.
really fun. Yeah, it was a
Right.
blast. So yeah, I hope to hang out more and do more things. This was really fun, and yeah, everybody can get me at Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. And yeah, if you want to go deep and comfy, come and hang out with me. If you wanna, yeah, if you want to take your
Awesome.
own work and start remixing it, that's sort of my whole vibe. So yeah,
Perfect.
come hang. Thanks.
Good. Okay. Have a good night, my friends. See you
You
soon.
too.
Bye.